It's Throwback Thursday with Covino and Rich.
Hi, my name is... What? My name is...
Are you telling me you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
Throwback Thursday. It was a problem, Joe, I'll solve it. Check out the hook while my DJ revolves.
I don't even own a gun, let alone many guns that would necessitate an entire rack.
Throwback Thursday.
I'll tell you how I became the Prince of a town called Bel Air.
Bueller.
What are you? I'm Batman.
Ned Ryerson.
Why don't people understand?
Two in a box. Ready to go. We be fast and they be slow.
It's Throwback Thursday with Covino and Rich.
Oh, bitch. Ah! That's right! That's right! Get up! Get up! That's what you get! Look at you! Ship all banged up! Who's the man? Huh? Who's the man? Wait till I get another plane! I'm lining all your friends up right beside you! Where you at, huh? Huh? Where you at? Welcome to Earth.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Don't mind if I do.
Covino and Rich. Are you ready?
Honestly, how do I deal with you every day?
Get ready.
Heard all about it on the radio.
Whoa!
Yeah!
Holy mother nugget! And holy mother meatball!
I'm the smartest man alive! You're so ridiculous. What? You're such a fool. Get out of here.
Oh, I'm a disc jockey.
What's a disc jockey?
Here we go. Covino and Rich.
Let's go!
Welcome to Earth. Hey, what's up? Yeah. Welcome to the show, Throwback Thursday. Today we officially retire Will Smith. Just on this show. I mean, you don't have to, I will. I mean, for now. I mean, I will. For now. Unless he, like, as my mom would say on a Throwback Thursday, kisses Chris Rock's ass in Macy's window. Now that... In Macy's window? That would be nice. Yeah, on national television, too. All right, guys, I'm here to kiss his ass. Kiss his ass in Macy's window on national television. Then maybe I'll forgive him. Well... Let's be rocking out. Throwback Thursday. Let's do this. Throw it back. Whereas Chris Rock said last night in Boston, how was your weekend? How was your weekend? How weekend's good. I didn't change my do. I combed it to the opposite side just to create more volume. I'm reading feedback from Tyler. To create more volume, you comb it the opposite way, at least for a day or two, and then your hair's like va-va-va-voom.
But you would think you would comb it like the other way back, though. You combed it the other way and let it flop over.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have the Pat Riley texture of hair where it just like stays that way.
I mean, you put enough
wish I
product
could.
in there that you could.
I mean, yeah, if I had grease to keep my hair back, I could probably try that. But
It's very funny.
yeah,
Because
you know what's funny though?
I've combed my hair.
Comb it the opposite way.
I've combed my hair for, I don't know, 40 years. And I'm not joking. I've never gone.
If
the
you go the
other way.
opposite way, your hair's like you turn into Johnny Suede.
In fact, I didn't know anyone ever did that. So when Ben got his first haircut, they were like, which way are we going? And I was like, oh my God, is this a life decision? Because when I was a little boy, when I was a young warthog.
Nah, it's too early for that.
My voice isn't warmed up yet.
When Rich was a young warthog.
Thank you.
Almost forgot the words.
Yeah.
It's too early. I haven't warmed up.
My mom, then let's do the show later if 9 a.m. is too early for you.
I just haven't warmed up my voice yet.
Don't you do exercises in the shower?
Not everybody's up at the butt crack of dawn because Ben shit his pants. But I'm good enough to do the show.
I mean, we pick the time we do it, so... There you go. That's what you need to do in the shower every morning. Lukey guy upstairs would love you.
I did shower today.
So
rare for me.
So I feel like when I was a little boy, when I was just a little boy, when I was a young warthog, my mom and dad decided this way with my hair sweep, and I just assumed that's permanent. I don't know anyone. I don't know many
I have
people.
straight hair, so
yeah, I don't know many people that switch it up.
I do that often. to create, again, a more voluminous sort of look. And now when I go back to normal, it's more like, it's like,
I mean, you know more about hair than anyone I know, so I take your word for it. But
so I combed it this way when I went to bed last night, and I woke up, and this is how it looked, and I rolled with it.
Here's a fun experiment.
I remember one time I did this, though, for real. One time I did this. This is when I lived in my previous life next to a guy named Herb, right? Herb was a
Herbivore?
compulsive liar that lived next to me, but was a nice guy. But he would tell me stories that you would hear in the movie Big Fish that just weren't true.
I was a billionaire for 3 days, and then I lost it all.
But then, and he was white, right? But he was Mexican, but he was white. And he spoke fluent Spanish, though, but he was white, like really white. It was, everything about this guy was so weird. I don't know. Anyway, Will had all these little kids, and I remember one of his little kids coming up to me in the middle of an adult conversation. He was probably telling me, you know, what he thought about my lifestyle and my ex at the time, because he was my neighbor. And little kid comes up, he's tugging on my leg. He's like, "Hey, mister." And I look down, he's like, "You look like Doctor Strange." Right, with the hair too. Right in the middle of the conversation, like, get out of here, kid. Smack you. So anyway, yeah, if you want, it's a little tip from me to you.
Yeah, you're the
Switch
hair guy.
Switch it up.
You are the hair guy.
I do it every once in a while.
Be
a little Superman thing I can't control, but I mean I can, but
I thought it was a lifetime decision. I thought
No,
like the
man.
barber or the hairstylist said, "All right, the back of your hair, your
Oh, there
little
it goes.
cowlick." I thought that was sort of like the deciding factor. Like, all right, you go or what?
nah.
Well, hey,
Nope.
if you have hair, be happy, because if you don't, you might get smacked.
But I do it a lot. I do it a lot. In fact, I saw a video recently where I had it the other side.
Well,
So usually my hair goes this way. Today it's going this way.
I think you're such a hair expert. Most don't know that. Here's the fun game I was going to tell you to play. When you're bored AF today and have nothing to do, look up an old picture on your phone, which you probably have, of you and your high school pals or you in elementary school. Let's say your buddy Doug has a little pumpkin pie haircut in 1991. Look at him on Facebook now, Instagram. If he still has hair, I promise you it's combed the same way.
Yeah, but that's corny.
No, but I'm saying most people don't
Switch it
say, "I'm feeling this way today." That's hey, it's an experiment. I don't know
your
if it'll
hair's
work.
so trained, right?
Yeah.
If you comb it against the grain, it's just gonna be sticking up
Grainy.
a little more volume. It's as simple as that. Just switch it up. I mean, we do a show where people have to see us. Otherwise, I would do it like on the weekend or something, just to switch it up a little bit. But welcome to our show. Covino and Rich throwing it back on a Thursday. DG Styles, the DGs, Dave Grohl, Taylor Hawkins, right in the middle, man. Shout out to Michael Mauser and fam who sent me this. And shout out to all the Fam Bam Doozle rocking out with us today. We appreciate it.
And,
Fam Bam Doozle.
A shout out to my former employer, Elmer's Bike Shop.
Yeah, I saw
Cycle
that.
Shop. Cycle Shop.
He changed the name later.
Oh, dude.
Elmer's Cycle Shop.
I've had this shirt.
One of Rich's favorites
I've had
from
this
way back in the
shirt
day.
since, no joke, I remember when I bought this shirt. So
You
we
can
could-
honestly say I got shirts and underwear older than you now, like your parents did, and mean it.
I remember when I bought this shirt, Spot. Maybe you could even help me pinpoint the day, because I think I had just sort of met Spot, to be honest. I bought this shirt when I was dating a girl named Janelle. Do you remember that, Spot? The Jersey girl, the little blonde beach girl, Janelle?
Yeah.
That had to be what?
And she had a really ethnic last name, but she was like the whitest girl ever.
Yeah, she was like the whitest white girl. And her name was like
I'm going to say 02. Rich.
Janelle Jenkins. It's like Janelle Jenkins. It's a white Jersey girl with like
Her name was
blonde hair.
Janelle Franklin, but she was white.
And I bought this shirt when I was dating her, which means had to be like 03.
Man, and I'm surprised you didn't marry her with that shirt.
I've had this shirt. The next year might be 20 years since I've had Elmer's Cycle Shop.
So that's the real
Take
reason.
a look.
That's the real reason you kept the shirt, huh? Reminds you of Janelle.
This is the shirt
Does
right
Sarah know?
Yeah, does Sarah notice why you kept the
Yeah.
shirt?
By the way, you said that there was the first shirt you bought that had wear and tear. I don't see any wear and tear.
here. The whole collar line, wear and tear. The whole
Hide behind
all
them.
the
Because
sleeves.
it looks like Janelle was
The
nibbling on it.
sleeve-
That's
the
why.
sleeves are, it's like it was the first graphic tee I bought in
she was.
02, 03.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
John ZL says Janelles are usually hot. HAWT. Smoke show.
I know two
remember
Janelles, and they're both hot. So
I remember her. I
Go
remember
for two.
Janelle Jenkins that Rich used to date. That was like 2002, 2003.
yeah, so almost 20 years ago.
Mhm.
Now the crazy part of that is
Quality shirt. Still alive and kicking.
I stopped dating her for a crazy reason. And the crazy reason had nothing to do with not being compatible.
Oh, wait. There's a throwback Thursday tale of
Had
love.
nothing to do with not clicking in the funk shop. Had nothing to do with sex. Had nothing to do with chemistry. Had nothing to do with her being a nice girl. In fact, she had a friend, Allison, right? Spot Allison? Who's like her sweet, chubby best friend who I loved. I was like, this girl's sweet.
Sure, you tried to pawn her off on me.
I like the whole crew.
Actually, no, you never did. You never would have.
I like the whole crew. But you know what? I think I told the story probably a long, long time ago. I stopped dating her because a dark cloud followed her. And every one of her friends or family, bad shit would happen to. And I said, I don't want to get wrapped up with a girl like you.
I mean, I'm sure the truth is you found a hotter chick, but that was a good reason.
No.
I guarantee you that's not the reason. Someone hotter came along.
No,
and
no.
You're like, and she's bad luck.
No, you know what? I ended up getting back together with my ex, Kristen, after
There
that.
you go.
But
Then
that wasn't the
that's
reason, though.
Bro, you're going to tell me. I'm saying I know that was a factor, but you just gave up some sweet ass because you're like, I just think she's off this cloud.
Because
no
Do I look like
way.
a lollipop to you?
Yeah.
I ain't no sucker.
I mean, it's a
dude,
great story.
she was doom and gloom. Hey, what's going on, babe? My brother was arrested. Oh, man, that's a bummer. All right, well, do you want to get dinner? I will, but I have to check on my grandma. I think she's dying. All right, cool. All right, maybe we'll hang out next week.
I remember a story. I remember the girl.
Oh, my God.
There's no way.
My dad has a disease. Oh, no. My best friend from college was killed in an accident. Like, everyone around her. And I was like, this...
I'm not denying that these stories are true. What I am denying is Rich had a better option. And that's why. As Rich's brother would say, and that's why.
And that's why. And that's why.
That's how Rich's brother ends every sentence with, and that's why.
I mean, you could say I'm lying. I know that I ended up moving on because everyone does, because otherwise you'd be single. Yeah, I dated a girl after that. But I remember thinking like, this is like, I was having good things going on in my life. I was in my early 20s. I was on the radio. I'm like, I'm living life.
I remember.
I don't need dark cloud girl following me.
I remember being at a Rich Davis event. I traveled a good hour and a half to attend a Rich Davis event because he was working in terrestrial radio for Z100 on a Throwback Thursday. And this girl, Janelle, showed up, but like 3 other girls also showed up for Rich.
That was a wild moment.
And my ex-girlfriend showed up that day, which was really fucking weird.
Is this the one out in the Hamptons?
No.
Jersey Shore.
Jersey Shore. It was a very emotional day. And my ex-girlfriend showed up to that event because it was a party spot in, I believe it was Jenkinson's.
Jenkinson's in Point Pleasant,
New Jersey.
New Jersey.
And it was one of the first times I had seen a serious ex-girlfriend of mine. She happened to be there with some friends, and it was a fucking weird night.
Yeah.
But I remember Rich Davis being in an awkward scenario because he was with 3 girls he was leading on. He wasn't in the wrong. He wasn't committed to any of them.
I was like sort of like casually dating,
But
and
awkward
they
scenario.
all showed up sort of like to surprise me at my
Yeah.
event, and I'm like,
Hold on. It's the 100 Rich Davis. Here's the latest from NSYNC.
I mean, if you want,
Hey, what's up?
if you
How's
want
it
a
going?
quickie, if you want a Throwback Thursday quickie, I had to pretend for a little while that I was having technical difficulties on the air because I knew the minute that I put down the mic and put down my headphones, they would approach me. So I was like, the minute I take my cans off, the minute I throw the mic down, all these girls are going to approach me like, hey. And I'm like, I can't have that happen.
I have friends that tell me if they ever die, like don't have a funeral because they don't want all these people to show up.
That's
and then start putting the pieces of the puzzle together. Like, how is this woman so upset? I'm the one that should be upset. Wait, this woman looks really upset. Wait a second.
I don't think she was trying to get attention, by the way. I'm reading the feedback. I think this girl.
How many people
How many people
was
were
this
you
guy
banging?
with?
I really do think, though, that Yeah, there were other factors, I'm sure. But one of the main factors was the fact that every time I talked to this girl, it was some type of, listen, I got to go. What happened? My best friend's car broke down. Her boyfriend is abusive. What? All right. Fuck. Next time I hung out with her, I got to go home. My dog died. Like every time I hung out with this girl, there was something negative. And I said, there's a lot of negativity for a very nice girl. I can't get wrapped up in this. It felt weird.
She was cute. I remember.
My spidey senses were like, yeah, it's just not for you, buddy. I remember we had good times. Hey.
Dynamite.
So on a Throwback Thursday, I rocked the Elmer's Cycle Shop shirt that Spot mocked yesterday. I found it, Spot. It was at the bottom of my memory pile in the guest room closet with my Nussie Hunter shirt, my Maxim Rock City shirt, my Z100 shirt, my Syracuse shirt, like all my...
We all, I got to say, have kept shirts that we deemed special for whatever reason. Like, touched my first boobie with the shirt. You know, I met my wife when I had the shirt on. I wore this the day my kid was born. I got to a point in my life where I got rid of all those things or lost them along the way. It's kind of sad, but I'm okay with it. The point is, I'm totally fine without it. Every once in a while, I'll see a picture and I'm wearing one of those things. I'm like, where'd it go? I referenced this the other day, but totally okay without it. I just ran out of the space, too, to keep things like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you have a home. You have your she shed. You have plenty of room for that.
My she shed.
At one point in my life, when I had to move into a little fucking apartment, like, I don't got room for stuff like that. I gotta get rid of it. There comes a point in time where you just don't have that stuff anymore. But it is cool that you have it. And it's still like, it's better than some of the shirts you wear.
No, the crazy part is, I think I wore it so much because it's sort of like a flattering fit. It's sort of a flattering fit. I'm like, maybe that's why I wore it so much.
I think you should bring it back, man.
Well, Elmer's back in the mix, bro.
It's better than your that weak-ass Macho Man shirt you got.
People like that Macho Man
Or
shirt.
your Savage AF shirt.
Oh, it's definitely better than
I was going to wear that
AF.
today. I was going to wear that today, and I opted for this.
Definitely better than your Ben Savage shirt. So, throwing it back on a Thursday. It's funny how Rich talks about this girl's drama. I saw someone's comment, and I agree. Yet, he was the guy pretending that he was having technical difficulties dating multiple women, as if he didn't come with drama.
I had no drama. I was a single
he had
guy
an
dating.
ex-girlfriend probably like there at the event, too. Actually, didn't she show up, too?
I think everyone was in different areas, and
I mean, everybody comes with a little
That's not drama. I'm
The
talking
thing is,
negativity, bro.
If the girl or
Come on.
person is hot enough or worth it, you make exceptions. And sometimes that's not a good thing, but you do.
Well,
you do.
Hey, there's plenty to get to today on a Throwback Thursday. In fact, if we have time, I almost am inclined to do a little taste test today.
What?
I brought a little something
Nice.
that I thought we might
I see treats.
we might want to sample, being that Easter's a few weeks away. Maybe we'll get to that. Maybe we'll get to relationships.
If they're peeps, you're not allowed to. Jordan cornered the market on peep taste testing for Easter.
Oh, nice.
Just kidding.
But
shout out to my peeps.
I had so many random dumb questions that I wanted to start with.
I love it. Dumb Rich Davis question story time spot.
All
You
right.
got music for that?
Is there someone?
Who?
I love your questions.
Is there someone that people do? I think I could already think of one. He's top 3. Someone's celebrating a birthday today.
Okay.
And I feel as though this man, who turns 79 today, is the recipient of more bad impressions of him than any other celebrity. He is a top 3. I would say a top 3
I know who
people
it is.
think they can do an impression.
Christopher Walken.
Christopher Walken turns 79 today.
That was a guess. I didn't know it was his birthday.
Wow.
That was just a great
I can't
description.
believe he's that old.
This is like
I love your shirt. The Foo Fighters.
the 10,000.
That's my favorite clip.
That's
Can we
the
play that?
DGs, bro.
Yeah.
This is like $10,000 pyramid. Who is Christopher Walken?
Correct.
But I answered it in Jeopardy
People
form.
people who have horrible impressions, none of them.
Arnold,
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Christopher Walken,
Christopher Walken.
and who?
He's guy, comb back hair. He was there. Natalie Wood died. Everyone does terrible impressions of him. Christopher Walken.
Yes.
Yes. Next.
Cowbell. Oh, yeah. So Walken, Arnold. Is there another person you could put and be a top 3?
Schwarzenegger, Walken, Donald Trump.
Trump's a good one.
Oh, yeah.
In the past few years.
Before
I
he
would
was
say
president, I'd say no.
everybody
Oh,
tries.
Shatner's another one.
Oh, Shatner's a great one.
Terrible.
Because you just need to talk with some type of inflection, and everyone thinks they're Shatner.
Arnold's a good one. Arnold, Christopher Walken. I feel like there's one more. That's a better
Stallone?
answer.
Stoney Homie says Stallone. I think we just do Stallone.
I think you guys are the league leaders
I
in
don't think,
Stallone
I don't think
impressions.
other people are like Stallone.
It's like us and Kyle Dunnigan.
Tyson? Joe Pesci?
No.
People like to do the Mike Tyson lisp. They do. He's top 5, maybe.
You know the
Mike
the
Tyson.
one you could be watching. Rich Little. You could be watching somebody who does impressions, Frank Caliendo, and you know the one that's a little eye rolly because everybody does that one. Some people do it, but Morgan Freeman might be one.
Oh, Morgan Freeman's a good one.
Morgan Freeman.
Frank Caliendo is a good guy
He's
to gauge
great.
because he does the obvious ones, though, as well.
But he's
But he
great.
does
He's
them
great.
well. But he does them well.
Pat Mahomes. Nobody does Pat Mahomes.
You do.
Except for me.
Robert De Niro? Yeah, a little bit.
Talking to me.
You talking to me?
Talking to me.
Ah.
But
Bill Clinton back in the day. It's all presidents. That's why you got to take Trump and Clinton and put them aside.
it's like, think of Dana Carvey. Which ones does he abuse? Is probably
Yeah.
Ross Perot's the answer.
Ross Perot.
But yeah, Schwarzenegger and Walken are definitely top 2. I
Sean
don't know.
Connery.
I don't know who the third one would be.
Yeah.
To tribute our fallen friend, can I play one of my favorite clips?
Yes, please.
I love
There
this.
he is.
I
The
love
late,
this
great
clip.
Taylor Hawkins.
There was once when we did Saturday Night Live and Christopher Walken was the host.
Amazing.
And he comes up and he asked us if the accent was on foo or fighters. And we know who he is. Like, of course, we know how he speaks. And we said, the accent is on fighters, actually. So he goes up
How
there.
did he ask you? How did he ask you?
I'm not going to say that because he goes up, he's like, ladies and gentlemen, Foo Fighters.
It's a great clip. One of my favorite clips. I'm with you, Spot. I love that.
That is really
See
funny.
Grohl do it. It's funny.
Yeah, it's funny.
Oh, man.
I hate that because their spirit is so great and it's like a sad day
And
in
they've
Foo Fighter land.
canceled all their dates with no plan
Yeah,
now.
it
So
sucks.
it's going to be a while, I bet.
And man, they had such a beautiful friendship and relationship, and that translated. That was part of the reason people love the Foo Fighters. Their energy and that bond that he and Taylor and the rest of the band had was contagious. So to see that, it's like, man, because they're fun. Like, not only did they rock and kick ass, like, they're a fun band. That fun spirit is a little hurt right now. And who knows if it'll ever come back. That sucks.
It's true.
But that's a funny-ass clip. And a great question,
Foo
Rich.
Fighters.
Who's the third? Jack Nicholson might be a good one.
Arnold, and maybe you don't need a 3. Maybe Arnold and Christopher Walken are the top 2, and there's no need for a 3rd, 4th, or 5th. Arnold,
The top 2.
Walken.
What about Keanu? Whoa.
Whoa, no, that's like, I
Most
feel like that's us.
Or like Nick,
Impression
or like
people.
Nick Cage.
Who, where, why?
Is that also us?
Anything Dana Carvey does or Frank Kellyanne does, a good starting place. Because you're right, they're great, but they do the obvious ones.
Morgan Freeman might be. one.
Freeman. Back in the day, Cosby,
often.
E.J. Reed said,
You
back
know
in the
it.
day.
When you hear it, you know it because you're like,
Pudding
oh,
in the pups
everyone
and
makes
the
their attempt at
chocolate
doing
cake
that.
and the pudding and the Theos.
There's some great impersonators on social media.
Jay Farrow's still fantastic.
You know who a lot of people think they could do, and I think a lot of them are great? Lately, not historically, not over the last 10, 20 years, but recently, I feel like a lot of people have taken on Bateman. Jason Bateman has but it's also a visual one, like a lot of blinking and like confusion. Like Bateman's up there.
There's an annoying social
What about
media guy.
Pacino?
That's a very
Hoo-ah!
yeah, that's a very common one. But there's an annoying TikTok celebrity impressionist who always does a Rami Malek impression, and it's terrible. Like, I hate it. Like, he's annoying
Rami
about
Malek.
it. But it's at least an original impression. But he does a really good Howard Stern, I think. Not too many people could do a Howard Stern.
Okay.
And this weenie-looking guy.
Robin. He does. I know. Yeah, I don't have.
He does it really good, considering like he's an unassuming guy who's able to do it. And like, wow, that's pretty good. I think it's good. So,
You know who was a really good impressionist? Kevin Spacey. I always see clips of him floating around doing like multiple impressions.
really,
Yeah. Alec Baldwin does a great Al Pacino.
Anyone else I'm thinking of? You know who gave props to their impressionist recently? Did you see Gary Vaynerchuk?
Oh, yeah.
He was talking about how people that do impressions of him are making money, and he's all happy about it.
Yeah, but sometimes the good ones or the accurate ones aren't the best ones. Like, there's a lot of people that do Sebastian Maniscalco, and some people do him really good. But there's one dude who does it really bad, but he's really funny about it. Like, he's real animated.
Spot, see if you can find that Gary Vee clip where he credits his impersonators. Like, Gary Vee's like, they're fucking killing it.
Like
I
Kyle
love 'em.
Dunnigan.
Like,
Kyle Dunnigan does great impressions.
Yeah, baby, yeah.
But they're not like dead on, but he captures the spirit and character of that person, and it makes it funnier to me. And his impression of Caitlyn Jenner is very similar to the one we've always done. It's almost exact.
well, because when Caitlyn,
Like he took on the same.
in her former life, when she was Bruce,
he was like a gangster.
had a very like, yeah, she, yeah. So just tone that down a little more feminine, like, yeah, she, yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby, Caitlyn, who, by the way, hired by Fox News. We'll get to that later in the
Oh, wow.
in the news, baby. Yeah, I'm part of Fox. Yeah,
baby.
yeah,
Wow,
baby.
yeah. Some great news.
Yeah, move
Goofy,
over,
huh?
Hannity. Move over, Hannity. Hey, Tucker, what's up?
We've always done that.
I'm also a Tucker.
Kyle
You know what I
Dunnigan-
mean? I'm a Tucker. You're a Tucker. She.
Since we have this conversation going, I'll say Kyle Dunnigan and Jay Farrow are probably my two most. I'm pointing at the phone, being like, "Yeah, those guys are good, man." Jay Farrow did a whole reenactment of Chris Rock and Will Smith going. at
I'm
it.
sure he did. Jay Farrow's great.
It's on his social media if you want to find that too. But either way, the question we pose here is: what are the top 3 most abused and overused impressions? And we know the top 2: Christopher Walken and Schwarzenegger.
Everyone thinks they could do Arnold.
Just think of the comedian who brings up 3 names for no reason simply because he could do those impressions.
Arnold.
That's the great giveaway.
Arnold. I'll say this. Number 1 on the list, far beyond Walken, and Morgan Freeman's a great answer. Morgan Freeman might be number 3.
Might be.
Like far superior to all of the Morgan Freeman, Christopher Walken impressions is a lame comic doing the whole Arnold, but a specific thing, the chopper. People, you know how Covino, Spot, you know
Pablo
how
Francisco does
Spot,
that
you know
shit.
how Covino loves when people do the obvious lame joke, and I say that I obviously sarcastically. Yo, I could feel Covino cringing every time he sees a comic do Arnold and the chopper. Like it is like, oh really, Arnold chopper? Get to the chopper.
It's like entry level impressionist comedy. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, it's coming.
No, there's
like, yeah, man, I was hanging out. It was me, Arnold, George Bush, and Christopher Walken. You're like, okay, here comes the fucking
see where you're going.
Here comes the weak ass impressions.
I remember when we went to see Carrot Top and there was like an opening comedian.
Yes.
And you could tell that she chose her joke based on the impressions that she could do.
You smelled it a mile away.
You were like, oh, God.
she said something like, so she was like,
so Joan Rivers.
She's like Joan Rivers
Fran
and the nanny.
Yeah,
like, wait a minute.
Here comes. This
Here we
idiot
go.
By the way, rest in peace, Joan Rivers. She was a great female.
Listen, there's other good
impression
ones.
that
There's
people love
other
to
good
do.
ones, bro. There's like the.
I like when people nail a good Eminem lately. I see on social media. There's some guys who
I saw-
rap like Eminem,
I
but
saw
they
a dude
really
on like
hit.
AGT doing that. Or something.
Yeah. I saw that guy too. They really hit it, and you're like, wow, that really does sound like Eminem. You know, it's those ones you don't often hear that make you say, oh.
Sandler, Seinfeld. There's ones that are in the.
Seinfeld is very common.
There's ones that are in the top 20 or 25, but I'm telling you, abused. This is the top 2, not even the top 3. Maybe Morgan Freeman at 3, but it's Arnold and the birthday boy himself. So happy birthday, Christopher Walken,
Happy
79.
birthday, Christopher Walken.
The end.
The one I do the most, a lot of people are thinking Pee Wee or Mahomes or Tyson. It's actually Rich Davis.
Yeah.
I've been doing his impression for years.
What's going on, guys? Where'd you get that from? Hey, guys.
You know what I wonder? Would I be thrown off? Here's the thing. When someone's really famous, there's people that do impressions of them.
Yeah.
Like you do a caricature of me.
Right.
Imagine if someone
That's
did
actually what I do. I'm
but I'm
terrible
saying,
at
imagine
impressions.
if someone was really able to do a great Steve Covino. Would that throw you off?
My Uncle Joey does it.
You mean my Steve
No, I'm
Covino
talking
isn't
like
great?
how,
He does a pretty good one.
bro, the way
Everyone tells me it's really good.
me doing Covino's like,
Check
hey,
out my head.
hey, Covino.
I combed it the other
Joey
way.
really gets it. He
Look
tilts his
at
head,
this.
rubs
I got
his
a
chest
flop.
lot, fixes his shirt. But apparently I do this all the time,
Hey.
according to my Uncle Joe. Like, yeah,
Hey.
that's cool, right? Like,
Cool, right?
yeah. What do you think, right? Cool, right?
Hey.
But the way he does it is kind of funny.
We're doing an exaggerated funny one.
bro.
I'm saying like,
got to your head too. Yeah,
if there's someone that's super famous, do you think Morgan Freeman's like, wow, people really try to do my voice? I've never heard someone.
How often?
I've never heard someone impersonate Covino, where it's like, yo, that's so good.
That's why when I hear the Stern one, I'm like, man, that's a good impression. That kid's good.
Because I think there's compilations of people doing their impressions in front of the people they do impressions of.
You know what it is? I think everybody thinks that there's nothing unique about their cadence or delivery, yet there is a specific cadence and nuance to everyone. Like you're probably thinking, well, Spot, how do you do a Spot impression? Someone who really took the time to figure it out could probably capture the essence of Spot and figure out what his
it's about the
little
pauses,
nuances are and
the nuances,
figure it
the
out.
inflection, all the little factors.
Because I would imagine that doing an impression of me is hard. Like I don't speak in a funny way.
But you have to have an ear. Like you have an ear. You have an ear for impressions. You can hear someone and kind of break them down in a very, like if you really practice and hone that skill, you could be just as good as anyone on like SNL.
Maybe.
Now, impersonators hate. Impersonators, impersonators hate when they're probably told to like perform, monkey, go ahead.
No, some love it because that's what they're good at.
But like Frank Caliendo or Jay Farrow, there's a clip where Jay Farrow, I think, is with Steve Harvey.
It's with Steve Harvey.
And he just goes,
like, bam, bam,
Eddie Murphy,
bam.
Chris Rock, this person.
Listen, Steve, listen. He does Kevin Hart.
He does Kevin Hart. Yeah, Kevin Hart's a great one because Kevin Hart has a lot of little things.
He also does. Well, there's a clip of him going back and forth on doing Chris Rock and Will Smith that he posted this week.
But let's Covino mention that. Want to find that one, or do you want to do the Gary Vee?
Yeah,
one?
it's pretty good. We'll do both.
Oh, sorry.
We'll do both real quick
Did
to
you
move on.
just mention that?
He just mentioned it. Yeah.
Like just now?
Just now, you were.
I planted that subconscious seed in your noggin.
Yeah.
Like just now?
Yeah, just now, and you repeated it like a parrot.
Just now?
Yes.
I do
He
a great
did that
parrot.
one.
Like just now?
Just now.
My
Just now.
impressions aren't really that great though, because I would do Jeff Lewis and Doug from SXM. No one really cares about that.
But what you're doing are
Caricatures.
Covino's the king of caricatures.
Yeah, I
but
don't-
then again, you have some good impressions. I do feel like your Tyson's great. I feel like your Mahomes is funny.
Yeah.
But there, Michael Caine's one that Spot does with our buddy Mike, Shannon's boyfriend.
Michael Caine.
They go back and forth with their Michael Caine. Back and forth, and it's
Mike does
eye-rolly
it.
but funny.
Mike does it. It's funny. He does really good Michael Caine.
When I was really good at this, I was
Michael
really good
Caine.
at this with friends in high school because I would impersonate my friends in high school. That's when I knew I was, able to do it. But now the ones I would do are really deemed probably inappropriate because I had a lot of Asian friends, a lot of black friends, and that's just not fun. But I would do their impression, and people would love it.
Just say what I think he said.
Cicada!
Yeah, see? Yeah, you forgot I'm from West Philadelphia, born and raised.
Cicada!
See, you think somebody coochie. Yeah, watch this shit.
Shit! What the fuck was that? Oh. Holy shit, man!
That's what you get! That's what you get!
He smacked the Madagascar out of my bitch ass, man! Wow!
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth!
Just smack the black off me, okay? Like, my credit score just went up!
Yeah, I'm so speechless right now. And the only thing I regret from the night is when I smacked Chris Rock not saying, "Welcome to Earth." Yeah.
That shit is funny.
Jay Farrell's really
He's
good.
really talented.
Yeah, really good.
You know who's great too? Mike D points it out on our feedback. Walking Dead cast member and comic Ross Marquand.
Yeah, I
Ross
love that guy.
Marquand is like a random white dude.
He did a great. Again, it's
good
when you
John C. Reilly.
Yeah, like he did the first time I ever heard John C. Reilly. I'm like, that was good.
Russ Marquand is the character on Walking Dead who has the metal arm. He got his arm cut off. Like he's a great character on that show if you still watch. But
The Rich Little of today though has to be as played out as he may be. Frank Caliendo and Jay Farrow. I think they're the best. They're the best at it.
Talking to me? Then who else you talk? You talking to me? Okay, well I'm the only one here. So who the fuck do you think you're talking to?
Someday, and that day may never come, I'll call upon you to do a service for me. But until that day comes, accept this justice as a gift
Now that's an
on my
impression.
daughter's wedding day.
Mama always said life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to
Ewan
get.
McGregor, good one.
If you let my daughter go now, that'll be the end of it. I will not look for you. I will not pursue you. But if you don't, I will look for you. I will find you. And, I'll kill you.
Yeah, so 1,100 men went into the water. 316 men come out.
That's good.
On the
Brad
Sharks.
Pitt's a good one. That's a hard one to do.
Yeah.
June the 29th, 1945. And I want my Sharks.
No wire hangers. Come on. What's wire hangers doing in this closet? I told you. No
Michael
wire
Keaton's
hangers.
good one.
ever. Come on. You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
I want you to draw me like one of your French girls, wearing this. Wearing only this.
That's a great Malkovich.
In through the nose. Wax on. Wax off. Don't forget to breathe. It's very important.
Now, you boys put those guns down.
Great. Kevin Spacey's a good one.
Make my day. I could have had class.
Okay.
I could have been a contender instead of being a bum, which is what I am.
Shut up. Shut up. You had me at hello.
I've told 1,000 times that I don't roll on Shabbos. Saturday, Tony, is Shabbos, the Jewish day of rest.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault, Will. Will, go down to the Goodwill store.
That's great.
Because I want you to stop being such a sad
Man,
sack.
this guy's
Great Galifianakis.
But that's
My name is
what's
Inigo Montoya. You killed my father.
Liam Neeson.
Prepare to die.
I see dead people. They're walking around like regular people. They don't see each other. They only see what they want to see. They don't know they're dead. They're everywhere. Wow.
What's
He's
great
good,
about it,
huh?
yeah, he's really great.
fantastic.
And we've had him on the show. We've talked about this in the past. But what makes it great is like he did a great Zach Galifianakis and Brad Pitt.
That's
like
those are good
There's
ones.
nothing specific about them to really point out. So
The Zach Galifianakis, the nasally.
yeah, it's great.
Like the fact that he can
Cadence.
switch between those nuances is amazing.
Still no caliendo.
Spot, I just sent you a TikTok to our Covino and Rich page. 412 if you want to hit us up. 412, the letter C in our show. It's a guy that Gary Vee thinks is the best impersonator of him. He's like, this guy even bites his nails because he says this guy.
Yeah.
I can't find the clip of Gary Vee giving this guy credit.
I think I know who it is.
I was looking for it.
I couldn't find it either, but I recently saw it. But if you want to play this one, this guy does a Gary Vaynerchuk.
Sorry.
And he does the, okay. Yeah, but Gary was most impressed that he's like, no one's ever picked up how often while I'm talking, I do a nail bite quick. He's like, this guy's biting his nails. And he says, I want these guys to make, he's like, people making money off of impersonating me?
It's a compliment.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. Gary Vee meeting God.
Oh, hey, my man.
Welcome to heaven, Gary.
Oh, fuck. I fucking love that shit.
I called you here because I feel like my following is not growing.
Hey, bro, like, have you made heaven into an NFT?
I mean, I made a book. It's the number one bestseller of
that's
all
fucking
time.
outdated. You gotta start making fucking content.
Well, I don't know if I can create content.
Bro, like, you're the fucking creator, okay? You gotta fucking point that camera to your face and start talking about shit you love.
I feel like I'm too old.
Bro, like, you can fucking eat shit for the next 70,000 plus years and still have eternity to do what you want to do, okay?
I don't
Bro,
know.
like, micro speed, macro patience. That's the game.
I feel like there's so much expectation of quality from
My man. Quality isn't up to you. It's up to the fans.
Thank you, Gary. Can I get you anything?
Yeah, do you guys have blueberries?
This is heaven, and I'm God.
That's fucking value, bro. Post that shit on TikTok.
The thought
great.
process and the mannerisms are dead, but not the sound of his voice. The inflections are there.
I think there's other people that do
Ross Marquand.
Yeah, there's another guy sounds like Gary Vee, but doesn't have the mannerisms down the way that guy does.
Oh man, it is a talent that some
and a compliment. But again, some people are
some
easier
have.
to make impressions of because there's something really unique about them. I would love to see someone do an impression of me because I don't feel like there's anything unique about my voice other than I say bro a lot and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, you're taking.
Does that make sense?
You're taking the nuances and blowing them up.
We should have a contest.
No, I don't. I can't. I don't do impressions.
No, not us.
Oh.
We should do a contest. Who could do the best Covino, Rich, or Spot impression?
I don't want to see this.
And give away a cash prize.
Yeah, but you know what it's going to be.
What's the cash prize? I'll throw up $250 for that.
It's going to be.
I'll throw up $250 for
That's
that.
$500.
I'll throw up 100.
That's $600. A contest. Let's think about it. Let's think about it, and we'll think of the rules. And it's whoever could do the best impression. Because I've never heard a good Covino, Rich, or Spot impression.
Here's what I don't want. I don't want impressions of our impressions of us doing each other.
No, I don't want someone to be like, "Hey, Covino, hey, because that's the.
Hey, what's up? I'm Rich. Hey, I don't want that.
No, because
nor do I want. Hi, I'm Spot. I love Sophia Beverly.
Not yet. Not the lame, exaggerated caricature. Not the hey, Covino, hey, it's me, Rich. I'm Spot. That's not an impression. It's a characterization. Now, other people celebrating a birthday today. You saw him on the Ross Marquand. Ewan McGregor, 51. And
I bet you Ross Marquand could do us.
Do you think there's someone that was like, man, I did a killer Al Gore, and then he lost the election? Al Gore is 74 today.
Wow.
The guy that invented the internet.
Box.
I've said this before, and it's
Al
random.
Gore.
It's a random flex. But we had an amphitheater at Montclair State University. And the only time I saw that shit packed was when Al Gore came to speak. I was like, sure, fuck it, I'll go. Sat there. I think I was on the weed. But I'm pretty sure on a Throwback Thursday, it was one of the most impressive speeches I've ever seen in my life. And
he ran for president and lost by what some would consider a fake, weird miscount. So,
but it's much different when you're watching that shit in person.
You know,
like, man, this guy's good.
I mean, he was this close to being president. I would imagine he's good.
Yeah. I saw that shit right there.
I mean, come
on.
on.
Wow. Shit's good. So, happy birthday. How did we get here in the first place? Christopher Walken's birthday. Probably the most overused impression. Ta-da!
And you said you loved my little dumb question, so I have a few more.
Let's do it.
Do you think it's clever? Or
it's Rich's dumb questions. He's
got dumb questions.
He's got dumb questions. Rich's dumb questions. Oh, yeah.
Do you think it's clever or eye-rolly on social media when the younger generation, when they say sex, they spell it Seggs, like Seggs? Funny? Or is it like,
it's Rich's dumb question.
You notice that on every clip when anyone talks about sex, they spell it Seggs, like Seggs.
Can I be indifferent and not really feel any type of way about it?
Then I can move on to the next one. Yes, these are just dumb thoughts.
No, but it bothers you, right?
A little bit.
It doesn't bother me.
I don't know why I'm like, I guess, but then again, the other part of me is like, well, that's clever. At least they're trying to be clever and not just be like, sex.
Spot, any thoughts on that?
I got more, so don't worry if you have no feelings.
I'm sure you can't be the only one. It's like, it annoys me. I haven't really paid attention. I get annoyed by lots of things. That hasn't been one of them yet. But maybe I'll get to the point where I'm like, enough of the Seggs.
Segs.
I'm not there yet.
Segs. Segs. I was at that. Segs.
Seggs.
And Preston, with the feedback, yes, Al Gore was one or so hanging chads away from
hanging with chads,
being the president. I know Covino hated hanging with chads in the 2000s.
I hated hanging chads with their popped up pink polos. A lot of people did say that Al Gore was a remarkable speaker, though. So it wasn't just the weed that was hitting. It was his words. Because I remember being highly impressed and thinking, well, yeah, that's why this guy's this is why he invented the internet. This guy's a genius. So
genius.
Al Gore invented it.
It's Rich's dumb questions. He's Dickie Davis.
Here's my next question. Spot. Name the movie. Genius.
That's Mr. Dietz?
Yeah. Me and Spot abused that movie for like a year in the 2000s. I feel like we watched it every time we were drinking with friends.
I don't remember that.
Yeah. Adam Sandler.
Nico.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh,
Mr. Deeds. Oh. Next question. This is a sad one, but can I combine sadness and smut?
Sure. Hold on, Spot. Any thoughts on Seggs or no?
No.
Okay.
Now, there's
I hope I have some Seggs on Easter. Get it? Seggs.
Easter Seggs.
Yeah.
There's a pornography star. A woman of the dirty films. There's a porn star that sadly passed away from Crohn's disease at 35.
You know, my 23andMe says that's what I'm going to die from. And it runs my family, right?
Seggs with a porn star?
No, Crohn's disease. Says
I don't
that's
think
what I'm
they tell
susceptible.
you I don't think they tell you what you're going to die from.
Okay, I made it up.
No, but they say you're susceptible. It doesn't say on 23andMe,
No,
you will die from blank, blank, blank.
I always thought it was going to be a plane crash like Richie Valens, but no, it said
Covino!
Crohn's disease.
Well,
that's what I'm most, if there were no other, like if a train didn't come and fucking hit me, they're saying that's what's going to get me based on my genetic makeup, I guess.
You never know what's going to get you. Do you think Bruce Willis thought
it's either Crohn's
aphasia
or
was
the
going to get
rhythm?
him?
It's either the rhythm or Crohn's.
Raven Alexis is the porn star that passed away. Now, I bring her up because it's a sad smut story. 35 years old, died of Crohn's disease. Inappropriate, appropriate, a tribute, a disgrace to crank one out in her honor.
Pathetic.
I'm just asking because she is probably trending on Pornhub today, which means people are either looking up who she is or saying it's like pouring out a shot, right? It's like,
Too soon.
Pouring out a shot for someone. Like, no,
too soon.
Okay. But is she like eliminated from any potential?
No, but too soon.
Okay, too soon. Okay.
So maybe in like a month or two, you could honor her work. Maybe
Honor
even,
her work?
Maybe even tomorrow, but right now, too soon.
Too soon. Spot!
It's like masturbating on like Christmas Eve. Can't you just wait until like
Spot? He went to use the other bathroom. He would know not to.
till Christmas is over?
He would know not to turn the faucet if there was tape on the faucet, right? You think he'd be smart enough to?
I mean, I saw it. I didn't use it.
Okay.
You have tape in the whole
Okay, just want to
other bathroom.
Gotcha. I didn't know Crohn's was deadly. That's from Terry. I guess it is. But so, porn star dies. They're going to be the most searched person that day. Is that a bunch of people just checking to see who she is? Or you think a bunch of people being like, her?
Oh, yeah. People will do that. There's no denying that. Your question was, is it right or wrong? Your second part of the question, will people do that? Guaranteed. Yes.
Okay, I'm just asking.
They're not searching her just to like pay their respects. They're searching her for that reason.
Yeah.
They say, is she going to do it for me today? And if the answer is yes, then they're going to crank away.
But I think we've touched on this before when another adult film star had passed away. I think the answer is they're not permanently eliminated, but maybe take a break.
Hey, Spot, is it wrong to crank one out to a porn star who just passed away?
Yes.
Yeah. This guy has to ask.
I'm asking because I'm imagining.
You're asking because you were
All right, hold
confused.
on. What's her name?
You disgust
Raven
me.
Alexis. I'm going to look right now. And I'll tell you if she's trending on Pornhub.
Even looking is disgusting.
Now, if she is,
Girl, you
shame on you.
Ooh, girl, you nasty.
What is trending today? Trending searches. She is not in the top few. Okay. So
Dr. Strange hairdos.
people impress me. They're not that terrible. Okay. Fair enough.
I think it's a good question, though, but I think the answer is obvious. People are definitely going to do that because people are gross. There's no morality in today's world. Like I mentioned the other day, kids don't even value life. You think they care about cranking one out because the girl passed away?
Life. See,
they're probably stoked. They're like, oh, I didn't even know this person. Now I have someone to crank it to.
Some are saying she deserves a 21-stroke salute.
I mean, wait, how old was she? 35?
35.
So no, you get it's the 36 stroke, one for good luck.
Oh, okay. Now, a question for you. This is not a deep thought. This is just something that I saw a headline yesterday. We touched on for a minute, and it got me really thinking.
Like Abe Lincoln?
Got me yeah, I put on a top hat and I actually stroked my stubble, which is not quite a beard, but I was like, Abe Lincoln.
My Honest Abe shout out of the day. Brought to you by
23andMe.
23andMe.
I'm going to die of... I got to look up what it tells me I'm going to die of. So...
Huge head disease.
Big noggin disease. So, yesterday we talked about how Pete Davidson is, quote, demanding sex on the daily from Kim Kardashian.
You mean Seggs?
She was, I'm sorry, you're right spot. He was demanding Seggs.
Seggs.
On the daily. And the follow-up story?
Yeah.
Did you see the follow-up story?
No.
Kim can't keep up.
Dang.
Like, he is like...
He's laying it down.
I mean...
Guy lays pipe.
I mean, I've seen the video. She didn't look too engaged.
Kim can't keep up with Pete, who is demanding Seggs.
Good for Pete.
And I wondered, first of all, like you said yesterday, how does this get released? Does it get released just to make Kanye West mad? Does it get released because someone overheard them? Does it get released because she just likes to be in the news? Does someone in Pete's team release it because it's like, man, he's a stallion. Let it be known. Kim Kardashian can't keep up. He's demanding sex.
Peter Davidson. They call him Pete for long. For long. Get it?
So I thought about this long and hard.
Like
Pete
Peter.
Davidson style. When I think about things long and hard, it's hard not to think of Pete Davidson. So, have you ever dated someone in your life where you could truthfully look me in the eyes, hermano to hermano, man to man, ese era ese, and tell me that you hooked up with a girl that was just too much? Like, yo, I can't handle you. You want too much, because I do have a story.
I know you do.
I know you do.
And
I can't say I have. I've been in scenarios where I'm like, this is a little weird, but never felt the way.
Expand on that. What do you mean a little weird?
Like making me uncomfortable. Like,
Go
no.
on.
I told the story. Remember, I was like, I wanted to give me a bath. I'm like, give me a bath. Like, fuck out
Tell
of
us
here. I
more,
feel weird
please.
about that.
Like a sponge bath?
I love the
tell you,
story.
I feel like a fat slob on the bottom of the tub. Like, what are you doing? Spraying me? Like,
Oh, your little baby boy tub?
Spraying you?
What's going
Wait,
on?
she had like the hose?
It's like, relax. I'm like, this is weird.
She had the shower hose, and she was like,
I'm like, this
and you were
this isn't weird to you?
were you wearing a diaper? What was the, what was weird about it? You were
Yeah.
just laying in a tub.
But like, as far as, yeah, like, I thought that was odd, but it was meant to be like nice. And I'm like,
So you're laying in a bathtub,
Try to picture this.
not filled up with water like a nice
hey,
bath.
What's going on?
Like an empty
It's like-
bathtub?
It's like the Seinfeld joke of the involuntary luge. Like, hey, you're gonna get in the luge. You're like, wait a second. And they push him down.
Was the water really shallow,
It's like-
but she used a ladle to spoon it over
I
me?
was like, I was
spoon
part of
the
an
water over you?
involuntary like
water on
bathing,
you.
and I'm like, this is like weird.
That's what I picture, a ladle.
Yeah, like just
Spooning
lay
over you.
down. Like lay down. Like,
So you're laying in an empty, you're laying in an empty bathtub, and she's spraying you with like with the shower hose or a water bottle. Like,
Was it supposed to be like was it supposed to be like a table shower, but like in the bathtub?
yeah, and it was like, yeah, this is fucking no. What is this?
Did you wash your butthole?
That's what was weird about it. No.
Oh, she did it.
It was so awkward that it was like, yeah, okay, this isn't working.
was this a woman
You're
you were
being-
dating,
you're-
or is
you're
this like
being awkward about
or
it?
is this a service you
So,
paid for?
Yeah, you're being awkward about it, so like I guess like we're not gonna do
I picture
this.
you laying on
I'm
your
like,
back, but
sorry.
like lifting your legs so she could get your taint.
But to answer
Don't forget my taint. I was really sweaty today.
to answer Rich's question,
By the way, can you get behind my ears? They're a little.
Did she dry you and powder you off afterwards? Like, how'd this work out?
when she dried me, I asked her to do it the way I like it. She's like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "Grab my briefies and fan my balls, please."
Yeah, I do
'Cause
that.
That's how I do it. I'm not the only guy, right, Spot? You
I do
got
that.
to fan my huevos with my briefies.
You squat down. You
Jordan
you squat
thinks
and
I'm the
stick your
only guy
butt,
that
and
does
then you
this.
just.
I don't do that.
Because it sounds like Jordan's like, you're the only guy, because she could hear it in the other room.
You could be.
No. Spot just said he did it. You're the only guy in the room that don't.
Show me what you do.
Okay, those are your briefies.
Let's say those are your boxer briefs.
You fan dry.
Right?
Yeah.
So you straddle, right?
Yeah. Or leg up or something.
Stick your butt down, and then you go like this.
Yeah.
And you just fan your balls. And you get a little nice breeze down there, and it air dries.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
Even with the towel, they're still a little moist.
You gotta get better towels.
So this,
you don't got good towels.
Because they're gonna be
really like fans
gonna be
the ball
dank.
area. Sometimes you can put a
mean spot. Yeah, bro. See? Mean spot. You leave me hanging? Yeah, bro. That's how we do it. Fan bandoozle, man. Fan bandoozle.
Today, so you're not getting sweaty fans.
So anyway, I felt awkward about that scenario.
By the way, that's a scenario where I'm okay being the odd one out.
Hey, you're missing out, dude. You got fucking you got moist balls.
By the way, I'm telling you,
or I dry myself.
Mock it all you want. Try it after your next
I will.
shower.
I'll do it tomorrow.
Not just you, everyone that's going, what the fuck?
You never fanned your balls, then where the fuck you at?
You don't want to use a hairdryer. Hairdryer is hot.
Unless you have a cool feature.
Yeah. Too much heat.
Unless you're the old guy at New York Sports Club when we were living in New York. Every day, Covino I would go to the gym. Without fail, to be an old guy that would be like.
It gets that last little bit of moisture. It air dries that last little bit of moisture. I completely agree with this.
Well, to wrap up my story, I felt like a fat fish flopping around the bottom of the tub, like as awkward as could be. Not enjoying this.
And
to
I'm
the point
guessing,
where I made it more awkward.
And I'm guessing. Can I guess that you were not aroused? So you were like almost like you're flopping around in a tub, like soft, like
water's in my face.
She's trying to, and she thought this would be sexy, and you're like, this is the opposite.
Yeah, I was like, nah.
Hook up or a girl you dated?
Just a moment, just a memory. So the answer to Rich's questions, I have had awkward moments.
You don't need to tell me who. Was it a girl you dated or like a random?
Just a random.
Oh, it was a random. Okay,
but I've never been in a scenario where I've been with a girl with a crazy appetite where it was like, whoa. Like, what's her name from Wedding Crashers?
I'm going to find you.
Yeah.
Isla Fisher.
Isla Fisher, yeah. Like,
Because,
no, man, leave me alone. I can't keep up.
Because based on this story, Pete Davidson is just such a walking boner that Kim Kardashian can't keep up. I don't know.
I mean, he's a young dude. How old is he?
Not young, 35, maybe 36,
No,
32.
he's not that old, is he?
I mean, he looks like a gargoyle. He could be
Why
130.
do you want me to expand on my story that has really nothing to do with it?
Everyone's
yet
saying
you have a story.
28 years old.
Yet you have this story.
Everyone
and you're
is
not expanding.
Everyone is saying they loved your story. So I'm glad you told.
Well, I'd rather hear your story because you've experienced this.
He's 28. She's 41. So she's like settling down. She's had a few kids.
Yeah, but they say women in their 40s, that's when it gets going.
Late 30s. She had a couple kids.
This guy just farted and thought I didn't hear it. Listen back.
And he's just like has access to this new big ass. Of course he's going to want to pound it left and right.
Like we said yesterday, he's trying to cash in while the getting's good.
There was another story that
Striking while
said
the iron's hot.
As charming as he is, the other story is that that's where they're doing all their, quote, bonding. And outside of the bedroom is where they're starting to realize perhaps we're not the perfect fit. So Pete always keeps bringing it back to the bedroom. She can't keep up.
But that's, again, we talked about this yesterday. Says who? Says who?
Somebody.
But let's hear your story because I remember it.
My story was just a girl I hooked up with for a while was just, she was a little, I could fairly say this because you guys would actually back me up. She was a little obsessed with me. She was very into me to the point where like I almost feel like I gave in. This is not a girl I pursued. This is a girl that pursued me. We could agree on that?
Let's put it this way. Rich would come into the studio, his hair would be all messed up. Like, Jesus.
I don't remember that.
She just wanted it right now.
Jesus had great hair.
Jesus did have great hair and great abs.
But I just remember it just being one of those scenarios where you start hanging with someone a little bit and she was way into me and I was like, all right, she's cool. I'll give it a shot. She seems like a very nice person. I was single at the time. And again, this is where the dynamic might have started off because I'm not like Covino. However, I do sort of like to be the pursuer of what I want in the beginning of a relationship. Like very rarely have I dated a girl where she was the one that was like all aggressive with me and I gave in. I like that, but it's very rare that was the case. Because in my mind, I'm like, if I found her super hot, trust me, I would have been on that already, right? Like if you work with someone or see someone at a restaurant or a coffee shop and you see them all the time, if you are into them, don't you feel like you would have made the move? So if you have to wait for her to make the move, that's what it makes you feel like, well, I liked her, but not enough for me to make the move. But yeah, she's cute.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a situation where she came onto me and was very aggressive about like, let's hang. And I was finally like, all right, let's hang. And then she was very like sexually aggressive. Like, hey, we're walking down the street in New York City getting a cup of coffee. Oh, see that hotel over there? Yeah, I see that hotel over there. I bet they have a hotel bathroom in the lobby. Fuck me in the stall. I'm like, I'm fucking having a caramel macchiato, enjoying my day. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, now. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, oh, that was fun. All right, let's go back to your apartment and fuck again. Like, whoa, we just, whew. And it was the type of.
Didn't she try to go like 3 or 4 rounds with you, and you came in? He came in to work the next day, and like, shit's too much.
I just can't. Like,
I can't keep up.
It was a situation where it was like every guy does the "I'm gonna fuck you all night" talk, and it's all just talk, because no guy really does that. I'm talking.
Oh no, there's guys that do that.
Went at it, and then I was like, all right,
we're just not those guys.
I'll go for it, round 2, and then after that, I'm like, round 2. She can't. This is the limit. And she just wanted to like keep, and to the point where I was like, oh, I'm like tired. I have to wake up in the morning to do the morning show. And she'd be like, it's okay. Like, I'll just do stuff to you. And I'm like, as much as I love that, like, I honestly, like, I'm all out. I'm all out of love. Can I tap out? Can I tap out? And I was like, damn, like it's.
You know what's really interesting about the story too, though?
She was younger too.
Rich really couldn't keep up, and he was like struggling with it.
I mean, she was probably what, like 19 or 20, and I was like mid-20s, right? Like, probably, right? That's probably the story.
But then you see, you know, she moves on. She ends up getting married, and you see the wiener that she was with, and you have to think to yourself,
either he is,
oh, that dude must be laying it down.
Either that, or she has just changed. You know, like
this guy. This guy looks like something from the LL Bean catalog. He's laying it down.
I got to tell you.
Rich couldn't keep up, and Rich is a hornball. And then you see the guy she's with, you're like, man,
but it was
good
almost
for that
like
guy.
It was almost like I feel like she wasn't. This is the truth. I feel like she wasn't about quality as much as just like a teenage boy would probably answer the question like, I'll have sex as much as I can. Like, yo, there's no, like, we're not trying to fill a quota here. Chill out. Like, we're getting lunch.
Chill out.
I don't need to fuck you in the bathroom and then at home and then again and then again. Like,
she was trying to cash in like Pete Davidson.
I don't know. Again, you're right. She had a huge crush on me and I thought she was cool. So I think she was just like, I'm going to get what I can. And I guess my ego allowed it because I was like, well, she really is into me. But when I tell you, if anyone's ever been there, it sounds like a good thing. But I've heard stories. Spot, have you heard stories where there's like people that are like, I dated a nymphomaniac, and they're like, it's actually not cracked up to what you think, like, because
I've heard that about squirters.
I'm sorry. What?
No, he's right, because it's just messy.
Yeah,
it's like change of bed sheets.
Yeah.
You fucking got
like
my carpet's wet, my
like
floor.
anal.
I have to go get my Swiffer wet.
At first, your friend will brag about it, but then he's like, "Yo, dude, this is a nightmare."
Like anal, sure, the hole's tighter, but then you just got duty on your penis.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm not trying to be vulgar. Gushers.
Sorry,
that's gushers. As Jose would call it.
That's unprepared booty play right there. Quality, over quantity. I think this person was just a college kid. She was a college girl who I think. A college girl who was with a dude that she was into
in the early 2000s,
and I think she was just going all in. And I'm like, jeez.
Oh, we have a new soundbite. Do you want Vic and Toronto's Rich
please.
Davis in the early 2000s soundbite?
No,
really?
No.
I thought it was pretty good.
It was. You know what?
Vic and Toronto made a soundbite for us.
You know
Hear
what?
it? Stories about Rich in the early 2000s.
No. Let me play it.
Early 2000s. In the early 2000s.
I'm sorry.
Oh wait, you don't like that one? I got a better one.
Was that the clip from Conan?
These are tales of Rich in the early 2000s.
This is what you and Vic send each other?
Hold on. I got a better one.
In the early 2000s. In the early 2000s.
Thank you, Vic in Toronto.
I was probably wearing this shirt when that girl was taking advantage of me.
You know, I bet you he was taking a shit and he's like, I'm going to record this because the acoustics in here are fantastic.
Shit is hilarious. Well, I'm sending it to you. Add it to our soundbite.
If you listen close enough, you can hear a duty dropping. And I don't mean the audio of Vic singing that.
Here, play that spot every time Rich brings up one of his smut tales.
That's great.
I think it's funny, dude.
I would rather you record something.
I think it's funny as hell.
I think it's the horror.
I appreciate the creativity.
You know what? Yeah, fine. I'll give him that. I appreciate the creativity.
Thank you.
I want to play it like here. I'm going to play it like
Rich's smut tales.
direct.
In the early 2000s.
Really taking it
In the early 2000s.
to the next level.
You really want to?
Now, really,
That's how we're going to grow.
that's
Well,
how you.
if anyone's ever been there, I can relate.
Can't wait to hear Vic's submission for the Steve Covino impression.
If not, I mean, I guess the reason I'm telling the story is because it's not all cracked up to what you'd think it would be. If you think like, oh, I want to date this girl who just wants it nonstop,
And that
like,
girl was Brooke Hogan.
It was not. It was not. I've never.
It was in the early 2000s.
I never hooked up with Brooke Hogan. Makes me sad.
In the early 2000s.
No.
In the early 2000s.
Rich Davis.
No. No.
Is that the one I sent you? Because yours sounds all muffled.
Yeah.
Mine sounds good.
It's off the text message.
Yeah.
Because you're listening off a tiny speaker.
My shit sounds so good. I play that like 5 times a day. Makes me laugh. All right. So you brought this up because of the Pete Davidson story?
Sick. No, he just wanted to brag.
No, the Pete Davidson story. It's not a. How is it a brag? I'm telling you, I couldn't keep up.
Brag.
Yeah, remember that time that this girl wouldn't stay off
She was
my
like
dick?
obsessed with me.
She was like, I was like a cool guy, and she was.
You
just
know what?
like,
I'm
oh,
looking
yeah.
now. The guy she ended up with is like he's a good looking, in
He
shape
is.
guy. He probably was taking care of business.
That dude was laying it down more than you could even like imagine. That's the point.
I doubt still. I mean,
don't get it twisted. I look back and I'm like, oh, so that's the guy? Okay. Must be laying it down.
Early 2000s. I wish we had a sound effect for that.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
where would we ever find one?
Wish no more.
Vic in Toronto made one while he was
In
taking
the
a shit.
early 2000s. In the early 2000s.
That shit's hilarious.
But now I'm picturing Vic on the toilet doing that.
Oh, his
makes it even
cheeks are
funnier.
definitely spread as he's singing that.
Even fun. He could have been like scrubbing his nuts when he recorded it. Who knows?
He could have been fanning his balls.
Could have been in the shower. Yeah.
No, he was on the bowl.
All right.
Definitely on the bowl.
Well, there you go.
Or in his man cave.
Times you couldn't keep up Kim Kardashian style.
I'm sure that women have thought that about me, but I never felt that way. To answer the question.
It's a weird scenario to be in because you think you want it all the time, but do you? I had a question for you. Do you want another smut tale or another life tale?
Are we going to get to both?
Yeah, sure.
Don't matter.
Okay. I'll take a break. We'll go back to smut. Remember I mentioned the other day that WWE wrestling convention in Jersey?
Sure do.
I booked my
Morristown, New
I booked
Jersey.
my ticket.
Attaboy.
I'm going to visit my high school buddy and my friend Walter, who lives in the Bay Area, in between San Francisco and San Jose. He's making the trip too. Him and I are both flying into New Jersey we're flying into Newark, as you would call it, for less than 48 hours just to check out this old school wrestling convention, get a nice dinner, laugh a little, have some fun. And the funny part about it is now that I booked my plane ticket, by the way, I'm not putting pressure on you to go back to Newark and see your fam. I got a round trip ticket from LAX to Newark, like $200.
That sounds great.
But I thought it would be like, no joke. Part of my hesitation at first was like, what is it going to be, like $600? I'm $700. No, $200.
Do you know that? Are you flying Spirit?
No, it's Alaska Airlines.
Do you know that I booked a flight because our girls are going to New Orleans?
Yeah, the girls are doing a New Orleans trip.
Kristen was like, "Can you help me book a flight?" I almost spent like $1,000.
Their flight was pricey,
ridiculous.
I was like,
to fucking New Orleans.
No, yeah, the girls' flight was ridiculous, and then I was like, what's New York's prices?
Yeah,
no, honestly, Spot, it's funny you should say that because
maybe it's like a cross country thing. There's no connections.
The girls' trip, Sarah is actually flying out of Texas, so we avoided that. But the New Orleans from LA trip, Covino, that's why I thought the Jersey one was going to be expensive. I'm like, it's like $800 to New Orleans. Fuck, how much is New York going to be? $200.
Thanks, bro. Because I was lying to my mom about Easter. Said the tickets were like $800.
Oh no, 10. They're like 180.
I'm just kidding.
Honestly, you should fly here. It's so cheap.
Right? Big Steven tent? Let's go. Come on.
You can buy 2 tickets for the price of 1.
So I booked the ticket and hotel with my buddy Walter. And by the way, you know how I know we're grown-ups now? You
got your own room?
I mentioned to Walter, I go, we're only going to be there, what, like Saturday? We're flying, so Friday and Saturday night, 2 nights at a hotel. Well, we getting our own rooms or splitting? And he's like, getting our own rooms. Like, he didn't even, like, think.
I'd share a room with you.
Split a room. Not that I'm cheap, but I'm just thinking 2 buddies, like, hanging at a dumb wrestling convention. Like, did you think it was worthy of the ask? Like, are we splitting a room? He assumed, like, no, my own room.
I think it's okay to ask.
Then I felt like a cheapo. I was like, yeah, of course.
So whose room are you going to jerk each other off in after you meet Brutus the Barber Beefcake?
No, I'm going to jerk off Brutus the Barber Beefcake and Greg the Hammer Valentine at the same time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Man.
The dream team.
Fuck poor people.
So here's my question. And I'm sure you guys would have no problem with it. But for me to have access, like if I'm going to go to this event, Spot, go to their social media page. I hit them up actually yesterday. Go to their social media page. They actually have one. I'll tell you what it is. Hold on.
WWE.
No, 80s Wrestling Con. They have 4,000 followers. 80s
Wrestling
Con.
There it is.
They just put out one of, like, it looks like an old Royal Rumble poster.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Of all the old school superstars that are going to be in Morristown, New Jersey for this thing. My buddy Walter and I are cracking up thinking like, yo, let's go to like the hotel bar. Imagine if we could have a drink at the hotel bar like after this event and bump into like Jake the Snake or Ted DiBiase or any of these doofuses. Leaping Lanny Poffo, the genius. So,
man,
there's a way to get VIP. That's an option.
So you're dead.
You know, of course, VIP is the way I would want to roll here. But don't you think I need to go all out and be like, use all the little press type of credentials and be like, yeah, sure. Well, and I could be like, yeah, sure. I'll interview Brutus the Barber Beefcake. Should I use every angle I could to try to really get in the inner workings of 80s Wrestling Con?
Fox Sports Sticky.
I'm Fox Sports Sticky. I'm Sirius XM Podcast Sticky. I'm Covino and Rich Dicky. And I'm thinking, is there someone on this list that you would want to have on that I could say, and I'll throw him on the podcast? Who would you want? If I had to pick one guy that you'd be like, yeah, sure, I'm cool having him on. Would it be
Lanny
Brutus?
Poffo.
Would it be the Genius? Would it be the Bushwhackers? Would it be Virgil or Demolition or Tito Santana?
For me, Lanny Poffo.
How about, no, the Bushwhackers. They're crazy.
Yeah, but you'd have to get Luke and Butch.
Jesse the Body Ventura. We've had him on. What about Slick?
He's a little wackadoo. Oh, Slick would be great.
He's a jive soul bro. But this is such a shit show that I'm actually...
I felt like we had Slick on, but it was Floyd Mayweather Sr.
You know what? Same guy.
Makana.
I really can't believe I booked a ticket to go to this thing. But you know what? Again, it's about life experiences.
And New Jersey. You're going to be by my house. Want to just stay at my house?
I'll stay with your brother, J-Rock.
Honestly, go for it.
I do look at that and say, I'm flying across the country to shake hands and laugh with my buddy about the old people that we used to watch wrestle when we were little boys. It makes so much sense, but at the same time, it's so odd to think like, yeah, I'm flying across the country. Yeah, for what? Oh, me and like my childhood best buds, we used to love wrestling. So, you know, they're all like 60 or 70 now. And yeah, we're just going to, you know, I'm flying 3,000 miles so I could shake Barry Horowitz's hand and pat him on the back. Oh, that's what I need to do.
Yeah.
I need to pat Barry Horowitz on the back. Maybe I'll make a bucket list item of the dumb things I need to do. Like bushwhack with the Bushwhackers, pat Barry Horowitz on the back, read a poem to Lanny Poffo.
Trivia with Lanny Poffo.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's like bar trivia with Lanny Poffo.
A haircut from Brutus.
Haircut from Brutus.
Yo, a poof reduction.
Yo, Brutus. Brother Brutai. Yeah, brother. Yo, here's some scissors. Can you just cut a little bit? Just cut a little. That way I could say, you gave me a haircut.
You got the Baldo Ronaldo.
Just give me a little, just snip a little piece of hair. That way I could say.
From Brutus.
I got a haircut from Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
You can put that hair in a little locket, carry it around.
That's a bragging right.
Yeah.
That should be your goal. Next time you're at the barbershop and the guy thinks he's got some skills, he's showing off, he wants to videotape
Can
it,
you have,
put it on Instagram, be like, yo, man, chill.
Yeah, I
got my last haircut from Brutus the Barber.
Jimmy Hart like yell at you with a megaphone?
Yeah. Oh, no, take his megaphone and yell in it.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah, but you know what? I just wanted to throw it out there that I hope you guys don't mind if I get like one old school wrestler on our show, if it's a means to an end, which I want to know who you'd want to talk to.
It sounds like those
I don't think you have to do
charity
that.
things that SXM does around Thanksgiving. Like, win a
Why
trip
hunger?
to have like a sandwich with Nina Blackwood. He's like, what would you want to do with these celebrities?
I don't know. I mean,
go hang gliding with who's the guy that was in a submarine?
Oh, John Fugelsang.
Go hang gliding with John Fugelsang.
Spot, go to the picture again, because I'm thinking like, what could I do that would be a funny?
By the way, I would definitely want gabagool sandwich with Nina Blackwood.
Go mini golfing with Jose Mangan of Octane.
Brother, is that Cowboy Bob Orton? Have Cowboy Bob Orton hit you with his cast. Say arriba with Tito Santana.
Right.
Is that the Junkyard Dog? Maybe sing Grab Them Cakes.
So basically you're trying to turn this into like Rich's Make-A-Wish adventure.
Lanny Poffo. Photo op is you're going to have to pay for photo ops?
Dude,
that's why he's trying to use his credentials.
I'll do it. Dude, when I tell you, I'll pay whatever it takes to have fun at this stupid thing. I'm going across the country, but if I could fucking do the Birdman dance with Coco Beware, my brother would be so jealous.
I remember on Matt Mania, one of the only I had that arcade game in my garage, Matt Mania. The Coco Beware's name was Coco Savage. Coco Savage. Matt Mania was a great, Matt Mania, if you remember arcade sounds, Matt Mania was 1, 2, 3.
So I thought this will be a fun experience. I should reach out and be like, yo, is there any hosting or things you want me to do? I just want to get in the inner workings, because if I feel like if I get in the inner workings of this thing,
mean Rich Okerlund,
then
I don't think you're going to have to like
try very hard.
I
think I will.
No, you're not going to have to like beg.
You know, I talked to Sam Roberts about this for a second. I reached out and I was like, hey dude, are you going to this thing? Are you doing anything for this? And he's like, no, but I'll look into it. I'll let you know. He goes, it looks pretty fucking wild. So I don't know. We have pals at the WWE, but I don't think this if I'm going 3,000 miles, I know it has no affiliation with WWE, but what I'm saying, if I'm going 3,000 miles with old school buddies to relive our childhood for a couple hours, shouldn't I try to VIP it as much as possible? I don't want to go wait in a line to get the Bushwhackers autograph. I want to fucking have a drink with the Bushwhackers.
Have you sent an email yet?
I DM'd them on Instagram being like, what a cool event. Let me
go to the website, send an email from your SiriusXM account, and just be like, hey, what's up? Hook me up.
Yeah. No, I know. It's
we talk about wrestling all the time. We do throwback shit. It'd be easy.
Me and Leaping Lanny Poffo. Can't wait.
Why are all these people calling? So many people are calling.
All right. I figured I'd throw
Maybe
that
these
out
people
there.
are going.
I think you use your connections to answer your question, though. Trying to make the most.
Yeah,
of
I
it.
have to, right?
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to be obnoxious about it.
No, yeah.
But might as well try.
All right. I have one more smut tale. Woo. and some news alerts. So, and then you want to do a taste test today on a Throwback Thursday?
I mean, you promised it.
Maybe we'll do that in a second. Who we got, Spot? Brad. What's up, B-Rad?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, buddy.
Long-time listener, listening to you since Maxim days,
nice.
On and off, but I'm sitting at home with COVID, so I don't call in ever. But I
feel better, buddy.
I'm doing all right. I'm all right. But I wanted to share a little story about Jesse Ventura. I worked for Glenn Taylor. You guys probably know Minnesota Timberwolves owner.
Okay.
I used to get free tickets to the games, and I'd sit by Jesse. He's actually a really, really good guy. And he would talk to all the Minnesota golfers wrestling team at halftime. They'd all come up and talk to him. You could tell they were wrestlers because they had the cauliflower ears and their Letterman jacket on. And then one time when he was governor, he had the state patrol there because they escorted him out and everything. He had to watch it. He goes, where are you guys parked? We're on the 4th floor of the ramp. Oh, I'm right up there. So he escorted us out. We walked in and out, and boom. It was really cool. He's a good guy. A lot of people hate him, but he's...
Stop it, Spot. Stop it, Spot.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help it.
No, Jesse Ventura has been so nice to us over the years. So
Did he talk to you about General Smedley Butler by any chance?
Yeah, the most decorated general in history.
Thank you, buddy. That guy.
Jesse the Body.
Charismatic guy. You meet certain guys like that.
I love you.
I'll tell you what.
Take care of that COVID.
WWE legends never disappoint because you see why they were superstars because they're dynamic in person. I've never met a WWE superstar from back in the day and was let down. Yeah. So when you meet Jesse Ventura, you immediately realize why he was so great on the mic and why he was such a great character. I could see him leave an impact. Thanks for the comment.
I'll give that guy a free pass because he had the COVID. He had the COVID brain. I think.
What you mean? He lost his sense of taste?
No, I think he lost the sense of telling a story.
Oh,
kidding. He loves us since the Maxim days, Spot. I don't want to get him mad.
Speaking come on. If he's loved us that long, he appreciates a good...
I appreciate it, buddy.
Ribbing.
Yeah, I do. Before I get into the next story, there's something Covino sent me the other day. And based on that guy saying he's been... No, not the penis picture. Don't worry.
The photo of the balloon knot that you thought was from actual balloon.
No, not the video of you fanning your balls after a shower. Not that thing.
You wouldn't.
You wouldn't. The revolting blob.
I'm going to go see him at the wrestling convention.
Is he going to be there? You wouldn't.
By the way, we have a video of Jesse Ventura. Sorry, this just made me think of a Jesse Ventura story. So we have a video of Jesse Ventura on the show.
Yeah.
From I want to say it's at least 10 years ago.
Oh, that would be a good tier 1 plus. That would be a good tier 2 plus.
It's on YouTube. There's plenty of content that hasn't been released that tier 2 plus is going to get.
Well, if you want to be smart, take it off YouTube and then make it seem like it's special.
No. So it's a clip of him talking about he had some beef with morning show, it's Sam Roberts or something. This is from 15 years ago, 10 years ago, whatever. People are still commenting on it like it happened yesterday.
Really? There's people on the comments?
There's people comment every day. It's our second most commented video after the dog.
There is
after Piper.
There's a video.
I thought me using the neti pot was the.
No, that's.
Oh no, it was me eating a McRib sandwich.
Oh, that's. I thought it was me squeezing my nose goo.
Yeah, those are all very popular Covino and Rich videos on YouTube.
Sometimes an old video doesn't go away. There's a video of me mocking Taylor Swift, and I'm on all these lists of when people were mean to Taylor Swift. But it was no joke, over a decade ago. And the comments are hilarious. That guy's a dick. And sometimes I'll comment and I'll be like, it was me.
You were in a list.
Not a list, but I'm talking multiple lists.
But you were on a BuzzFeed list of people treating Taylor Swift like shit.
No, TikTok videos, everything. They're all over. And it's Taylor Swift saying that she wrote us about her writing songs about being difficult and a pain in the ass, and I was like, oh, so you're not? Like, it was like a lame, sarcastic quip that, in context, was funny.
She should have smacked you.
Should have.
Well, it was a different time.
Anyway, how is this Howard? Howard?
Yeah.
Hey, Howard.
Do you have a Jesse Ventura story?
Hey.
Please.
Not Jesse Ventura, but Richie. I've heard several wrestling interviews where they said that Lanny Poffo can suck his own dick and would often show people his party trick.
That was Jake the Snake.
No, if that's the case, that's on my bucket list. Have Lanny Poffo, have the genius suck his own dick in front of us.
That would be fantastic.
That's number one. Let me write that down.
Virgil can do it too, and actually got fired for that.
Is this like a known? Is this going on?
I've heard the Virgil's.
Joe Rogan could do it too.
Can he?
According to him.
Yeah.
I've tried. We've all tried, right? We've all tried.
I know I can't. My belly's in my way.
Yeah, we've all tried, right?
Thank you, Howard. Yeah,
I like tacos too much.
Right, we all admit,
who hasn't tried?
We all admit that we've tried to suck our own dick.
Well,
Right?
just to see how close you get. You're like, I'm so unflexible. Like I can't even
Okay, I just want to make sure that it's not like
I can't even suck my own nipple.
We've all tried, right? No, I got enough juicy. My titty's juicy enough.
Oh, speaking of awkward moments, the girl giving you a bath. Yeah, I once hooked up with a girl that had monster boobs. She was licking. Terribly embarrassing.
She would throw the right one around and
No. It did nothing for me, but she thought it was a turn on when she'd be like lick her own boob, and I'm like, yeah, you don't have to do that. She would always do it. And I'm like, what is she? It does zero for me. But she'd be like, hey,
I think it's a cool party trick.
That turned you on? A girl licking her own nipple?
I'm not going to say no to it.
I remember thinking to myself like, nah, you don't have to do that.
Better than licking my nipples. I don't need that.
By the way,
you rather her lick her own nipple than your?
Yeah.
That's a very weird guy.
Maybe.
That's
or maybe you're the weird guy.
All right. Well,
I think there's people that are like, oh, I've never tried. Don't try and be too macho. Just you see how close you. That's how you test your flexibility.
Yeah, I mean, Spot. That's why you started doing yoga.
I mean, I usually just try to touch my toes. I think that would be the go-to, but maybe I'm the wild
I can
one.
touch my toes, so that's at it. So that I've accomplished that. So now it's, can I suck my own dick?
Yeah, keep trying, Spot.
What is that?
Turns Jason Brown on when I rub the bottom of my mic.
Gross. That's disgusting.
What turns you on more, that or?
Keep it on him.
What? Let him lick his nip?
I remember
Did you
thinking.
just knock the camera?
I remember thinking, what are you doing?
He definitely did.
What are you doing? Sorry, Spot. It looks fine. You're like so you fiddling with it makes it worse. Did that do anything?
Yes, it's centered you up.
Behind the scenes, every day, Spot yells at Covino.
Sure, Mike.
Every day.
Well, for the guy
for
the guy who touts professionalism, Mr. Stephen Anthony Covino, for the guy who touts professionalism, he certainly does disrespect camera angles. If you want to look good, you gotta look good.
Got to center in the microphone.
Got to center in the mic. I set it up because I have him set it up at the beginning of every day. I'm like, all right, sit up straight, sit in your position. And he sits up like this, and then I align the camera, and then he's like this. And then I go to him later in the show, and he's like this. How does that not drive you insane?
What are you going to do?
And the camera doesn't move.
Well, there's another story of relationships and sex I want to get to.
Seggs.
However, I think... I'm sorry, Seggs.
Seggs.
But...
Yo, is that Doctor Strange? Oh, wait, that's me.
First... I think it's time for a little...
You look like Doctor Strange?
No, it's what the kid said.
Yeah, what? Did you miss that story?
No, I missed it.
I was talking to some guy, Herb, and his little kid fucking tugged on my pant leg. You look like Doctor Strange. And then I was like, what? I didn't even know what that meant. And Herb was like, I guess your hair.
I thought men only tuned out when they were talking to their wives or girlfriends.
No, I tuned you guys out.
Like,
all the time.
you're sitting 5 feet from us, and so you miss things like that.
Do you know I'm doing things over here? Do you know this doesn't just run itself all the time? Sometimes I need to switch.
It kind of does.
It kind of does.
Okay.
I'm going home. No, but what are you... There we go. Spiteful. What are you doing right now? That what are you adjusting right now?
I'm going home. I just switched camera angles. Did you not see that? You don't see that?
What, to a one shot?
You don't notice what I do.
To a one shot.
I'm gonna go chill with the kids.
Oh, don't chill with the kids.
No, the show runs itself.
Oh, snap.
Well, if I were you,
Show runs itself.
if I were you, I would not do that. Goes back to what you tell me during our clandestine conversations.
What does that mean?
Oh, you're here?
What he's talking about?
I knew you.
Clandestine.
You-
Clandestine means like private.
Yeah, private. Does it? It's like what you say during.
I thought it was like Frankenstein.
Show runs itself.
With clandestine.
Run the show.
Actually, Rich has a little app on his phone where he could.
Are we texting Rocket Dog?
No, I'm actually using the app on my phone to do what you say you do.
So basically, if you're not watching, Spot spitefully walked out and pressed the button where you could no longer see us. So as producer, he's sabotaging our show, which makes no sense. But it's for effect. So
is it?
I think so. I think he's being funny.
Is it fun? Do you find that funny?
So now we're looking at Spot's cabin instead of looking at our studio because he left, assuming we couldn't fix it. But I'm pretty sure Rich has the ability to because he has the app.
Yeah.
So we could change camera angles. It's really amazing how this shit works. The lighting, everything works via app on your phone. So we could eventually change it back to our 2-shot. Right now it's on Spotty's flex cam.
That fire is majestic.
I
Out that window.
I can go over there and change it.
Out that window.
Is it not working on your phone?
No, I just had it. It's an app that needed a
a load. Needs to load.
A load. What do you call it? I have to connect the studio. Here we go.
Doctor Strange.
Spot?
Oh, he shut the lights off.
Shut the lights off because he's spiteful. Bitch. I can't wait when the clandestine conversation you have.
Yeah.
You know. Now, see, he's doing spiteful things from a distance that I could just correct. But once I correct it, if he does it, you know what I'm saying? Hold on. Phillips.
I wonder what else he could do. Oh my God, there's spikes coming from the ceiling. Ah! Where's that thing? Where's your sound? Spot, make it stop! No, Spot! Stop! No, stop! Spot,
It's closing in on you.
Stop!
Ah!
The other lever. Spot has an ejector seat. No! What else can he do to sabotage the show?
Oh, he locked the lights.
The other lever. Spot has an ejector seat. No! Wow. What else can he do to sabotage the show? He can mess with our audio.
Because he's just in the other room pressing buttons?
It's pretty wild.
Oh, he locked the lights.
The other lever. What did you say that was so bad?
No, because he repeated something you just said again. So I
Oh,
go, how are you
Strange.
checking us out?
Yeah.
He goes, I'm doing things over here. And I'm like, what do you, like, the show's set up. Like, he was just sitting there and we were on a 2-shot. I don't see what he was doing in that moment. Get the spikes again. Now, let's go over some news alerts.
Actually, I don't have a lot of news alerts today. The last 2 days have been so flooded about Will Smith and Chris Rock. My news alerts are pretty minimal.
If you've noticed, the one thing is that if you have Chris Rock's back, you're on the right side. No one except Tiffany Haddish. Tiffany Haddish is the one and only person I've seen.
I'm sorry, she's got a stupid opinion.
No,
I'm
but
not gonna
she's the
say
only
stupid.
person. The only person I've
It's
seen.
dumb. It's backwards. That's love. That's not love. That's
but
toxic masculinity.
When you look at,
that's like the guy needs to talk to somebody.
Yeah, the more you watch that clip, I was on your team for only person I've seen.
I'm sorry, she's got a stupid opinion.
No,
I'm
but
not
she's
gonna
the
say
only
stupid.
person. The only person I've
It's
seen.
dumb. It's backwards. That's love. That's not love. That's Toxic masculinity.
When you look at,
that's like the guy needs to talk to somebody.
Yeah, the more you watch that clip, I was on your team from only person I've seen.
I'm sorry, she's got a stupid opinion.
No, but she's the only person. The only person I've seen.
Dumb. It's backwards. That's love. That's not love. That's toxic
but
masculinity.
I'm wondering
at what point it becomes annoying and not funny.
Oh, like 5 minutes ago?
Okay.
Like 5 minutes ago, where there's thousands of people that are like annoyed by this.
No, I think people are enjoying it right now. So,
but the
update.
Well, I'm saying the more you watch the clip or think about it, I've always been on the same page as you as far as like Will Smith was wrong and he was bad. There's thousands of people that are like annoyed by this.
No, I think
you realize like it was not just a bad look. It's like psychotic behavior. There's a list of celebrities that gave their opinion, and every single one of them was harsher than even you. Like I'm talking everyone from Stephen Colbert to Tim Allen to random people like Jim Carrey. Everyone seemed to think that this wasn't like funny, or this wasn't even like, whoa, this was like, everyone seems to be like, Will Smith lost his mind and he should be banned from the Oscars.
And we're reaping all the benefits. Actually, the update is the Academy asked Will Smith to leave.
That's the funny part.
He's not going anywhere.
Asked him. And it's like,
basically, what the Academy is revealing is that they were completely disrespected and ignored, and he did whatever the fuck he wanted. The Academy also revealed they didn't get security involved, which is sort of interesting if they asked him to leave. So basically, the Academy revealed we asked him to leave. He denied, and we did nothing about it.
And then everyone clapped for him 5 minutes later.
Yeah. So
really
that's
is
the
wild.
Update. The Academy obviously investigating this, and I think they'll suspend him. They're not going to take away his award because they haven't taken away awards from people that have done a lot worse.
Yeah, you can't take away awards from people just because they did something bad. It's an award. He won the award based on his performance.
They'll probably ban him for the next few years. He'll come back. Everybody will forget about it. We'll move on to whatever the next hot, juicy story is. But the dude needs help for sure. So the update here is the Academy asked Will to leave. He denied. Why didn't they do anything more to protect Chris Rock in that scenario and just follow conduct? I don't know. And then the other story is Chris Rock came out on stage yesterday for the first time since the incident.
Boston. The ticket sales, every show is sold
Even
out.
Our
but
buddy Chris Cuddy
said he sold his tickets for like $500.
He bought them for $18, something like that, and sold it for $500. And now he's sort of regretting because he wanted to go, but I mean that's a pretty good profit. And
I mean, I would have sold them if I
definitely wouldn't have.
You would have went?
Nah, you need that $440 so much to miss out on that moment?
Yeah, but I feel like the people that paid a lot of money were probably disappointed that the moment was nothing more than I'm trying to process it. I got nothing to say about it. Like it was like a buildup. Everyone thought Chris Rock was going to go off. You know what he said? How was your weekend? Everyone laughed, and he's like, I have a whole act planned out. I didn't have time to think about this. I'll talk about it when the time is right, but not now.
It was more of a, how was your weekend? But he said he got misty-eyed because he got a 3-minute
multiple standing ovations.
As he should have, man. He's a legend, dude. We watched a legend get disrespected. One of the best. One of the greats.
Until Dave Chappelle emerged as like the new voice of like comedy over the last, 5 years or so? Because Chris
evolved in a different way. That's why.
Because Chappelle was huge during the Chappelle Show and other chapters of his life.
But I'm saying Chris Rock might be funnier. Dave Chappelle might be more intriguing and thought-provoking, but Chris Rock brings the pain.
I think Chris Rock, not that he didn't benefit, but I think that until Dave Chappelle became the voice of this generation, like everyone goes to Dave Chappelle, like the stand-up specials are always top ranked on Netflix, and he gets paid tens of millions of dollars for everything he does. Until Dave Chappelle got to that level, I thought Chris Rock was like the top dog.
It always went back and forth. Chris Rock was the top dog. Dave Chappelle is now the top dog.
He was the top dog.
It doesn't mean that Chris Rock's not one of the greats. Feel bad for the guy. He's a guy who was bullied his whole life.
only to get bullied on the biggest stage ever. It's fucked up.
It is. And
it tarnishes his image. You know what? Think of all the great things he's done in his career and how great he had to be to overcome every odd in the world to get on that stage, to be disrespected by a fucking bully like Will Smith because his little itty bitty baby bitch feelings were hurt. That bothers me, man.
The more you watch it, the more it upsets you.
Yeah.
Because you watch and you're like, wow, he really did go up there and just slap him.
Yeah, it's like
it's not like, oh, wow.
So the update, again, Academy's investigating. They asked him to leave. He didn't. Yet they still gave him the award.
What are you going to investigate at this point? Like when you talk about investigate.
How to handle it, I guess. Because what was revealed as of yesterday was they asked him to leave. He said no. And then Chris Rock took the stage for the first time, put on a good show, and got lots of love in Boston. He did say he plans on talking about it. It'll be funny and in depth when he does.
Yeah.
But right now, he's just still processing everything that happened. So
I agree with Kyle's progression. Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, as far as the progression of dominant comedians, especially if you're talking about the dominating black comedian of a generation. That's a great progression. Pryor, Murphy, Rock, Chappelle. Fair to say? There's other honorable mentions like the Kevin Harts of the world, but that makes sense to me. They're saying that they did not ask him to leave. That's from Brett saying that's a false report. Much like the Chris Rock apology, that was a false report. There's a false report saying they asked him to leave.
Really? I mean, I thought that was straight from the Academy. Double check that. They forgot Michael Winslow. He was one of the best, I thought.
His sound effects and impressions and all that he did.
He was on our show. It was so awkward. I think Rich cut it early because Rich was like so confused by it.
Because he's best known for his sound effects in Police Academy, Michael Winslow. He was really funny, but he did not know. You ask him any question. Like once we got past all the fun, like, he was doing his video game and gun sound effects, like, I'd be like, so when you were a younger guy in comedy, like he just couldn't stop. He wouldn't get out of his character.
Martin Lawrence has his place in history, but not in that conversation.
Martin Lawrence is in the Chris Rock. I'm sorry. Martin Lawrence is in the Kevin Hart second tier of hilarity.
Everybody has their own lane, right? Martin Lawrence had his movies and his TV show. Kevin Hart is arguably he probably is the most successful of all of them. But he's not the funniest.
I think it's still topical. A lot of people are tired of hearing about it, but the reality is that it's a story that
Chris says George Carlin's up there. He's white. We were talking black guys, I think.
George Carlin's white? Yeah, we're talking about black comics. So someone said Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, and that seems like the perfect progression. There's new video of Jada laughing. And that's what's making the rounds today. So the story will go away, but
she laughs at the
slap.
Well, what Chris Rock says after the slap, which was, Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me. She starts laughing at that.
But so the whole audience did though too.
Really? Yeah, because they thought
they
it
weren't
was
sure what
bit.
was. Yeah.
She didn't think that was a bit. Anyway, that's the update. Here's the footage. Thank you, Spot.
That was the greatest night in the history of television.
Wow. You know what? That angle.
So we are here.
That angle makes you feel how tense and awkward that moment probably was live there. Like, imagine sitting there, you're like, we're at the Oscars. Did that shit just happen? Like, what on earth is going on?
I felt bad for Lupita Nyong'o. She was caught in the middle there.
She got a lot of camera time, though.
She did.
Good for her. Either way, the story continues. Can't wait till Chris Rock really addresses it. And I think the other update, because we got to move on from it. I've been in this wormhole for 4 days now. Will Smith's going to address it on the Red Table Talk on Jada Pinkett's thing. I think they're going to talk about it.
When is that?
I think that's the update because you got to realize he's probably getting offers everywhere, but they're going to capitalize off of it, probably get sponsors and make money.
And people are going to want to know. People are going to want to know.
But will the right questions be asked is the question.
How are the right questions going to be asked when it's him and his wife, the people that are in it, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I heard. But what do I know? The other crazy story, which makes you scratch your noggin, was Bruce Arians stepped down, head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
All Tom Brady.
Just weeks after Tom Brady announces his unretirement, he says, I'm going to step down. So he'll work. He's not retiring. He's retiring from coaching, and he'll be working in the front offices for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And now Todd Bowles, right? Todd Bowles, the defensive coordinator, is the head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I mean, if you connect the dots, clearly something was going on between Tom Brady and Bruce Arians.
Told you.
And now it all makes sense.
Told you.
It has to, right?
The beef was real. Brady left because of the beef. And then he's like, I'll come back if you get rid of this dude. He came back. Dude's gone.
Different
I
styles.
thought they were just trying to hire a black coach. No. No. I think Colin Cowherd said it best. In these scenarios, there's no confusion. When something in the world of sports or network television, when anyone of power steps away with no rumor, no reason, no hinting towards it for a while, something happened. Like, we can't just be like, well, Bruce Arians, I guess he figured to call it a day. Bruce Arians a month ago was like, Tom Brady's back. Like, can't wait. I know he's still part of the organization, but shit like that doesn't just happen without reason. Where there's smoke, there's fire. There's a cause for these things. And Bruce Arians and Tom Brady, very different types of personalities and very different types of way of playing. Seat of your pants versus very planned. They couldn't coexist anymore. The fact that they won a Super Bowl together is a credit to both of them. They just found a way to do it. And they probably could have made another Super Bowl run if not for injuries. But maybe Tom Brady's thinking, if I come back, I don't even want any annoyance.
Do you think it was Tom Brady saying, I'll come back if we fix this coaching scenario? Or do you think it was Bruce Arians saying, if he comes back, I'm stepping down?
I don't know if Tom Brady gave anyone an ultimatum, but maybe he hinted at it like, I'd come back, but, Bruce and I weren't seeing eye to eye. And they're like, well, Tom, if you come back, what if we give Bruce like a cushy front office job? He's like, why don't you firing Bruce? And they're like, we're not firing Bruce. Because Tom Brady put a nice statement out saying how great Bruce Arians is. And do you see his
even though you could read between the lines, they're handling it very nicely.
Look at Tom Brady's Instagram. Tom Brady's Instagram is like Bruce Arians, like, essentially praising him in paragraph form. So I don't
think praise somebody and just not work well together.
It could very well be.
Yeah.
I'm Tom Brady. I may want to come back. Well, Tommy, what would make you come back? Well, I mean, Bruce and I didn't see eye to eye. We'll get rid of Bruce. No. Listen, don't get rid of Bruce. He's a Super Bowl winning coach. All right. Well, what if we gave him a front office cush job? All right, but you can't be blaming this on me, Tommy. We won't blame it on you. We'll say that Bruce was retiring but wanted to be part of this. And he's like, listen, if we position this the right way, I'm in. And maybe Bruce Arians like, I don't want to deal with Tom Brady again either. And he's like, you know what? You're going to pay me. They're probably paying Bruce Arians his cush coach salary to be like a front office, like, hey.
To be a consultant like Jerry West in Winning Time. Winning Time. Watched that last night. Jerry West steps down from being a Lakers coach, but makes a promise to the Lakers to stick around and oversee things.
Brett makes a good point. Brady has a similar power to LeBron with just a bit more success, right? A bit more success. LeBron's won rings, but Tom Brady's the type of guy that at this stage of his career, unless it's him versus Belichick, when it's the greatest quarterback versus the greatest coach, you're going to butt heads. But if it's butt heads. It's the greatest quarterback versus a good coach. Greatest quarterback's going to win. It would be like if it was Bill Belichick versus any quarterback other than Tom Brady. Bill Belichick, I guarantee Bill Belichick's like, I'm done with Cam Newton. Just get rid of him. And they're like, all right, Cam Newton, you're cut. Draft Mac Jones. Well, we're not sure. Draft him. Like, at that stage, the power person gets the play, right? So,
but a noggin scratcher for sure. Like, well,
when I saw that yesterday, I was like, ooh, the drama just never stops in the NFL,
amazing.
Huh?
Yeah, the drama's amazing. Soap opera, the moves. What other players are they going to get to solidify this comeback?
Ooh, here's a good thought. Andrew said,
so that Tom Brady could leave or finish his unfinished business, leave a champion.
What if Arians was able to pick his replacement, and he is tight with Bowles, so maybe he was like, all right, I'll leave and I'll play long. It's Todd Bowles' job. All right, what about Byron Leftwich or one of these other guys? No, Bowles. So that was big news yesterday.
Big news. Guy just won a Super Bowl 2 years ago.
Stepping down.
And had a great season last season.
Yeah. Who'd you pick now? Bucs, Packers, or Rams? It's a good question, Kyle. 49ers. All the teams you just mentioned got worse. In fact, the owner got slack? What do you get?
You'd get flack.
He got flack for comparing Trey Lance and Garoppolo.
It's pretty whack.
To Montana Young and what they dealt with then. It's like, no. Back then you were dealing with two Hall of Famers. Now you're dealing with a good quarterback or the unproven rookie. It's not the same. I get what he was trying to say, but people are like, are you really comparing your Jimmy Garoppolo, Trey Lance dilemma to Montana Young?
You know what? I'm piecing this together based on this Lakers story from 40 years ago. Think about it. Hold on. Tom Brady left the Patriots, left his legacy in New England because he wasn't seeing eye to eye with Belichick anymore. This is fact.
Yeah.
Story was Belichick treated him the same way he always treated him. One could say, well, that's good. That's consistent. Tom Brady didn't like being treated like he was a 20-year-old rookie anymore. He's a 40-something-year-old veteran. So if anyone's really to be blamed there, it's Tom Brady because he's now acting like this is my team when the coach has remained the same, right?
Yeah.
So, hey, Tom Brady outgrew Belichick. He moves on. Tom Brady then takes that same attitude to Tampa Bay. Bruce Arians is dealing with it at first, but Bruce Arians is still a coach, and he's still coming from the place of this is my team. And Tom Brady's saying, no. I left New England because this is my team.
Come here, yeah.
So Bruce Arians probably dealt with it, right? They won a championship, fell short last year, and then, realized, oh, wait, if he's coming back, it's his team again? I'm stepping down. Just like Jerry West felt when they brought in Magic Johnson. And he's like, you know what? I can't coach this team then. If it's not my team and I can't do what I want to do, and you guys are going to do whatever you want to do, then I'm going to step down. Well, you can't step down because it makes us look bad. So how about you just stick around like Jerry West did until he picked a coach that he thought would be good, and it's McKinney in the story, and then it's eventually Pat Riley. And that's probably what happened. We're seeing it play out again. Winning time. The Rise of the Lakers Dynasty on HBO Max. Fantastic. But I could see the same sort of thing happening. So Bruce Arians, just to save face with the organization, to still be a part of it, says I'll step down and I'll help you guys. He picks his defensive coordinator. He'll help him out. But he's like, I'm not dealing with that. I'm better than that. I'm the coach.
Bruce Arians, you could look at this as the opposite of a demotion. This is from Matt, who hit us up. Said moving into the front office means more power. Just because he's off the field doesn't mean...
Yeah, but there was no sign of that until Tom Brady unretired. And there was smoke. Remember, there was a rumor that they weren't getting along toward the end of the season. So it all sort of adds up. That's the other biggest story in the news right now.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's a great
really
move. It's a great move for him. It is, but it was maybe a little premature. I don't think he was ready for that, but it all worked out. And it makes you say,
Chris Rock and Caitlyn Jenner joining Fox News.
Yeah, tell me about that.
Yeah. I mean, there's really not much to tell you,
Yeah.
Steve. I mean, it's just I'm big time now. Yeah. Contributing. Move over, Tucker.
You know, my mom hit
Move
me up.
over. Move over, Hannity. Yeah.
My mother hit me up, and she goes, "You guys missed the funniest part of that clip." Now, my mom could be wrong. I haven't investigated. She goes, when you played the clip of Caitlyn talking to Lady Gaga, and Lady Gaga like sort of says, "Yeah, I have another barista, bye." Right?
Yeah.
Caitlyn turns around, realizes she was blown off, and gives her the finger.
No.
That's what my mom said.
No.
I didn't see it either. My mom said, "You didn't see that?
Yeah, Gaga.
You missed the whole part."
What's
And I'm like,
doing, Gaga? How are you, babe?
Yeah, hi, Caitlyn.
Yeah, I haven't seen you at Starbucks.
Yeah.
I haven't had your macchiato, baby.
Yeah. I've got a new barista.
Babe. Oh, well, fuck you.
Oh, fuck yeah. I was just making small talk.
Yeah, stick it
I
where
don't like your fucking music anyway,
Yeah,
baby.
sit on it and rotate.
Yeah. That's what my mom said.
Yeah.
So who the fuck knows? But we played that clip, and we did notice that, yeah, she sort of blew off Caitlyn. But I didn't see Caitlyn.
Got a new barista. Yeah, what does that mean? What are you leaving me?
Fuck you too, all
Yeah,
right?
read it. Sit on it and
Yeah, I
rotate.
know what that
Yeah.
means.
Yeah,
She just dismissed me.
Yeah. I'll be on Fox News and I'll talk about this. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go find myself a new barista.
Yeah. Greg Gutfeld, what's going on?
No, it looks like she's pointing to like.
See, my mom could have been wrong.
She's like, all right,
didn't
let's
see
go.
it.
Like she was saying to her people, like, all right, let's go.
I'm just going to fuck her.
Like here.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck her.
So let's see.
I know. Well, good seeing you.
See? Like, all right, let's go.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
We're going this way.
Wait a minute, I got five.
All right, so we're going this way. We're going this way.
Fuck you and your fucking.
Let's go this way. Gonna be on
Fox News now.
Yeah, hold on, I'll see if there's any more details of what, but it seems like a contributor. Hold on.
We're going this way.
Let's get out of here. He basically said, or she, I'm sorry, she basically said, yeah, let's get out of here.
Let's get out.
Let's get out of here.
Let's skedaddle.
Let's get out of here.
Let's blow this gin joint.
Fox News hires Caitlyn Jenner as a contributor. Quote, she's an inspiration. Caitlyn Jenner, the reality star and former Republican candidate for governor of California, will make her debut today as a paid contributor on the Fox News channel.
She's got some swag. She's like, yeah, listen here, Tucker.
Yeah.
Listen here, Tucker.
Caitlyn's story is an inspiration to all of us at Fox. She is a trailblazer in the LGBTQ community, and her illustrious career spans a variety of fields that will be a tremendous asset for our audience.
I see what Don Lemon's saying. I'll smack that Don Lemon right in the face.
Formerly known as Olympic medalist Bruce Jenner, will be before transitioning in 2015. Will offer commentary and analysis across Fox News Channel programs and media platforms. She makes her debut with Sean Hannity. Hey, Shawnee, baby.
Really?
Yeah, Sean, what's up? Sean Hannity.
Bring it in.
Can I recycle my Tucker joke?
With Sean Hannity. Yeah, I'm a Tucker too.
Hey, Tucker, I'm a Tucker too.
Carry what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, we're Tuckers. We both
So
are both
Thursday,
Tuckers.
you get Caitlyn on Hannity tonight.
It's so funny.
I'm humbled by this unique opportunity. Yeah, they got millions of viewers, and I talk about a range of issues that are important to the American people. Yeah,
I hope she just like really lays it into other broadcasters though. Yeah, Wolf Blitzer, fuck that guy. Yeah.
She should
It's
go.
Caitlyn time.
I hope Caitlyn goes after everyone that sucks.
That'd be great. Yeah, he sucks.
Oh, Rachel Maddow, she could suck my whatever. I mean, every body part I've ever had or didn't have. Fuck you.
That's so great.
Anderson Cooper? Oh, you stupid fool.
I can't wait.
Oh, I can't. Oh, Caitlyn Jenner.
That's great.
What if she becomes like the face of that network?
That's cool news, man.
I put the Fox in Fox News.
That's right. Foxy.
I'm pretty foxy.
I know it's got Foxy News.
Call it Foxy.
Foxy News. So there. All right, cool updates. That's your rando news of the day.
Oh, this is, by the way, I mean, Fox got the one conservative transgender. I mean, they really nailed it,
What
right?
do you mean sensical transgender? I think a lot of what Caitlyn says is
If
just
anyone's gonna do it, it would be
with
Fox.
logic. Yeah, but it's logical. Like,
New show on Fox. Zush hit us up. He goes, before you know it, there'll be a new show. The Tuckers. Get it? Hey. See, I can take a joke. Unlike that pushy Will Smith. I want to talk about that, Hannity.
talk about this bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
I could take a joke. Go for it. Caitlin
can take a joke. Remember when Bruce was on our show?
I do.
And he said something weird. Like, yeah. Remember he said something about like, you could never handle Kim. I was like, yeah, kid. He's like, yeah, I like to see you try.
A handful, bro.
Yeah.
Apparently not. Apparently she can't handle Pete.
Yeah, but there was some weird, like he said something fucking weird. I remember. I was like, yeah, I can, Bruce. He's like, I don't think you can.
You can handle Kim? Good luck with that, you fucking...
Good luck with that, you little fucking Mexican. I was like, what?
Nothing, you heard me.
Yeah, whatever. High five, bring it in.
You can't handle those cheeks.
He said something along the lines of like,
can't believe this guy thinks he can handle Kim's cheeks. Fucking dummy.
Yeah, I wish we had the soundbite. Maybe you'll hear it in our new tiers coming soon.
Now, with the Easter season upon us.
Yeah.
Wait, let me check. Maybe I do have
He says something about.
You think you can handle Kim? Haha, Covino, you're fucking stupid.
I'm like, yeah, I'd love to try. He's like, yeah, well, she'd never fucking give you time of day.
But if she did, you would fail.
He did. He gave me something. I remember feeling weird about it. But not as weird as when Gary Busey was on our show and he like stopped.
It's me, Gary Busey.
Nobody stopped and he looked at me and he's like, what's going on with you? Remember that? And I'm like, what?
What do you mean? What's going on with you?
Slapped you? You need to talk to somebody. Yeah.
Look at your head.
My head.
Yeah, what is that? What are you trying to prove with that haircut?
That's my alfalfa haircut.
What is that?
What is that? Yeah. That was my...
Who cut your hair? Brutus Beefcake?
That was my...
Who cut your hair?
That was my Pee Wee Herman haircut.
Look at how studly look here.
Did you mean to do that?
And then look at that hair.
That's my Pee Wee... I'm wearing a wiffle ball t-shirt. My Pee Wee Herman.
Man.
I think I went to the barber. I said, can you give me the PW Herman?
That's when Bruce, I'll be honest, that's when Bruce started dressing a bit more feminine, looking feminine. And I remember us even thinking like, something's going on with Bruce Jenner. Take a look at that picture again. Do you remember Bruce started?
What's going on with you, Bruce? He said, what's going on with you guys? What's going on with your Pee Wee Herman?
Yeah, you looking,
you like Pee Wee Herman?
Bruce, you look a little pretty. Yeah, I look pretty. You look like a fucking jerk with your hair. Look at you.
What is that?
Wiffle ball shirt? What are you, 12?
You're looking a little fantastic. Yeah, you look like Pee Wee Herman.
I got a polo shirt.
Who's this guy? Who's this guy? Why does he keep smiling at me, this fucking guy?
I play polo. You play wiffle ball.
Yeah, guy smiling and Pee Wee Herman. Got the Mexican Pee Wee Herman here?
Oh. Before we do our Easter taste test, because I someone just brought up something, not realizing their joke. There's something funny that happened behind the scenes that I'm so amazed we didn't bring up yet.
I don't know if I buy into the story. I see the comment. Chris Frey just says, that's when Covino was in No Doubt, insinuating that I'm the Indian guy.
I posted a picture a while back. It was I know what it was. It was National Radio Day. And on my Instagram, I posted a picture of some old school radio buds, maybe me in front of the microphone when I was like 20. And then a picture of me when I was probably 21, 22 years old with Gwen Stefani and the band No Doubt. And one of our friends, I don't know why I'm forgetting who it was.
Ryan Hollins.
Oh, that's who it was.
Ryan Hollins, 7-footer, former NBA player, now voice of the Houston Rockets.
The 7-footer himself. By the way, the rule of sevens for Ryan Hollins, right? 7 figures, 7 inches, 7 foot. A rare group.
Ryan Hollins.
Ryan Hollins.
Great guy. Love him. Love him.
Ryan Hollins.
I'm so sad. We had such a nice relationship.
Hey, Spot, I want you to be the gauge of this because I feel like we know Hollins in different ways where I'm not quite sure if I get his sense of humor 100%. Because a lot of times he's always just like, bro. He leaves a lot of bro comments like, yo, Covino, Rich, bro. Like, he's very funny. I like Hollins a lot. 7-footer. NBA journeyman, UCLA basketball champion, as you said, the voice of the Houston Rockets, Ryan Hollins, commented on this picture, and we're convinced that he thinks Covino is the guy in No Doubt. I posted a picture, and it's me, our buddy Matt Ianni, Gwen Stefani, and the Indian dude from No Doubt, and I'm convinced he thinks that is Steve Covino.
You know the song, Don't Speak, I Know Just What You're Thinking. That's written about the Indian guy from No Doubt because they dated, and she kind of always knew she'd end up his ex-girlfriend or something like that.
So if you look at this picture, Spot, do you have it? Ryan Holland's comments.
Was it on ours?
What's
No,
up?
It was on Rich's page.
It was on mine. Or was it on ours? National Radio Day.
No, it was on your page. But Ryan Holland's comments thinking that I'm the Indian guy. Like, man, you go way back.
Right there, the like 6'1", your radio DJ.
Sorry,
Yeah.
it's the first. Yeah, sorry. It just showed up differently.
Yeah.
Which is awkward.
On January 20th.
The thing
It's
is,
National.
we don't know if Ryan Hollins is joking or if he's serious.
I don't know. It's National DJ Day. I'll play along. So here's some throwback pictures. And there's me with Gwen Stefani. And
Matt Ianni, our buddy.
And our buddy Matty I. And on the other side of Gwen Stefani is the Indian dude from No Doubt. And Ryan Hollins comments, Covino had blonde hair?
The question is he serious or is he joking?
Same haircut.
I also had alfalfa haircut.
Same haircut.
Yeah, Pee Wee Armano.
I don't know if he's joking or not.
Looks the same.
I don't know.
I don't think he's joking. I think he's serious. I think he thinks that's you.
Hey, let him think I was in No Doubt.
No, he thinks you and I were doing radio together 20 years ago and you used to have blonde hair.
I don't know, man. I used to date Gwen Stefani.
Well, it's the...
you could never date Gwen Stefani with that haircut.
I don't think, by the way, people are saying, oh, that's a joke. No, I don't think it's a joke.
I don't think it's a joke.
I showed it to Jordan. She's like, yeah, only an idiot would think that was real.
Someone said, like Lynn saying, when you look on your phone real quick, you could be like, oh, is that Covino? If you're not thinking in the context.
Maybe. I don't.
Because you're not thinking No Doubt.
We don't know. The answer is we don't know.
You might be thinking, oh, it's Rich with Gwen Stefani, forgetting, oh, yeah, there's guys in her band.
Gwen Stefani.
It's a joke. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Could have been a joke because we bro it up. I don't know. We don't know. But it was funny.
I think he thinks you were in that picture. No, not a joke. I'm going to hit him up. Should I hit him up later and be like, yo, should we get the answer or just keep it a mystery?
Keep it a mystery.
It's more fun that way.
I mean, it happened like 3 months ago. It'd be weird out of context.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, by the way.
This picture. You think that's Covino? Bro, I thought it was. I feel like that's what
when we see him, we'll share a laugh about it.
Yeah, there you go. Next time we see Ryan Hollins.
And we'll keep you posted. But
Hollins.
Now we taste test some Easter eggs.
Well, I bring this up only because my wife, Sarah, eats these by the jumbo bag. In fact, there's no more jumbo bags left at the supermarket because I think she ate them all.
Jumbo bag.
But the Cadbury, not the Cadbury cream eggs, the little Cadbury.
Oh, those shits are the fucking best.
Those are cracked.
Spot, give me a one shot. The Cadbury mini eggs, the candy coated.
You don't need me. Do it yourself, Rich.
Damn, you guys need to fuck.
God, I can't take a joke.
Rich, just get up there and smack him, bro.
You can't take a joke?
Smack
Are you
'em.
serious?
That's how the weed world works.
That was a joke.
Smack him, bro.
Play shenanigans.
Just smack him.
It was a fucking joke, bro.
Smack him.
So the Cadbury mini eggs.
You don't like jokes, you smack people.
These are like crack, these things.
Did they change the packaging? Let me see.
No.
That's just a small bag.
They're the mini bags. They don't have the big bags left at the supermarket because they're all sold out everywhere.
No, they changed the packaging.
They go to Walmart.
Slightly.
Did you go to Walmart?
But those are the ones.
Got these at Pavilions.
Walmart has a ton of them.
So I said, you know what? They can't be the only candy-coated little Easter egg. So I'm like, let's see what else they have. What's the competition? And then because I realized, Hershey decided Cadbury's selling these eggs. So Hershey decided, as of this year, to make their own candy-coated chocolate little mini Easter egg. So I was like, Hershey is now,
of course, dude,
in
because
competition.
Anytime fucking Gremlins comes out with a hit, there's going to be a Ghoulies.
There's going to be a Critters.
There's going to be a Critters.
And then I said, then Sarah's mom was at the supermarket and she comes back from Walmart or somewhere and she's like, I love these. I'm like, what are those, Cindy? She goes, well, these are the Easter egg Whoppers, the little robin eggs.
Garbage.
Those have been around a long time, though.
The little Whopper robin eggs. So I was like, all right, so we got the robin eggs. We got the Hershey eggs. We got the Cadbury mini eggs. And then yesterday, I'm at the supermarket, and these are the new ones in town. A new brand called Candy Club, and they're hoppy Easter eggs. Chocolate and marshmallow little eggs.
Without even trying these, though,
Cadbury's
there's a
the best.
reason why your wife buys the Cadbury ones by the bundle. And there's a reason why once you have one, you can't stop eating them. They're that good.
The greatest.
So,
All right,
my prediction is, even though we're going to try these and give them all a fair shot, they're not going to compare to the wonderful, amazing taste that Cadbury provides in the mini eggs.
Here, Spot, I'm going to give you all 4 at once, okay? That way you know what you're dealing with here.
So basically, we're going to tell you which ones to try to avoid because it's just not worth it. If you're going to eat some candy and shit, let it be worth it.
Just by looking at them, I know what's what.
Yeah.
All right, so the big freckly one, this is the Whopper.
The spotted
This
one?
is the Robin eggs.
I'd always have these like sprinkled into my Easter basket.
Yeah,
And I never really liked them.
So the Robin eggs.
I'm not a big Whopper fan.
Whopper. These are malted milk candy in a crunchy shell.
I do like them. I like Whoppers.
I mean, they're pretty good.
You can see as a kid, though, you don't like them, though.
I like it more than I thought I would.
Really good.
Good, but not what I want. All right.
Bitch, you know what I want.
Now, Spot, go with the one that's more like egg oval shape. That's this one, the Candy Club Easter Hoppy Eggs.
Makes these.
It's a company called Candy Club.
Where do you get it? Supermarket?
Yeah.
No.
It's a marshmallow.
No.
Chocolate.
No.
Ooh, that's booty.
Booty?
I mean,
flavor's good.
I'm savage AF, so I'll eat anything if it's in front of me.
Oh, the aftertaste is bad.
I don't like the texture.
It's just high.
All right.
I'll eat the shit out of it by a
Now-
handful, but it's not as good as
I say.
Now, I think the one that you're going to be like, interesting, because we all know that everyone loves the Cadbury minis.
Hershey's bringing the heat. With
Hershey's bringing the exact same thing.
You know they tried.
They tried to be like, let's go.
Ooh, let's
now,
bring
this
it.
is where you will be like, oh, here's the difference between American chocolate and English chocolate, right? Hershey.
Much more of a candy shell. Much hard.
Nowhere near as dope.
No.
Something about the Cadbury one was like it's like a chalky coating to it.
So the Hershey, you could taste it. It tastes like Hershey chocolate. Like you could tell a very American chocolate.
There's something very rich about a Cadbury.
Now here's the
We'll eat all of these, but what's the best
here's
one?
the Cadbury.
All right,
Cheers.
Cadbury. Look at that. Cheers, man.
Without question.
Easter season has begun. Almost.
Oh, bro, not even close.
Tomorrow's April Fool's Day.
Yeah. Cadbury. Hands down.
The way it crunches, like so, the candy shell so white.
Cadbury.
Bro.
Hands down.
Superior.
And does that just make you realize
oh
that?
my God.
Does that just make you realize that
Superior.
English chocolate is superior to U.S. chocolate?
The one thing my ex-wife was right about.
Cadbury versus Hershey and Mars.
It's European chocolate.
European chocolate just has a different taste. Hold on, I got
It's creamier.
another. One more of these. bad
They're
boys?
just they're the most superior
Here's
Easter
five.
candy. The point is, others are trying and failing.
I'll go again.
Even though these, let's be consistent in our conversation though. These have been around a long time.
I think the Robin eggs are
They're
second
good.
place.
They're second place, but they're like almost in a different category. They're Whoppers.
I think I'm going Cadbury, Whoppers, Hershey, Duty ones. Yeah.
Even the Cadbury dark chocolate ones, the mini eggs are so good.
Cadbury, Hershey, Whopper, that doo-doo marshmallow.
The king of Easter candies used to be Peeps.
I'm going to say that
Peeps are an abomination.
Peeps, they really, like, I think oversaturated themselves.
yeah, every holiday, different shapes. My daughter and I, every Easter, we
They're fun.
buy one pack of them, and Emmy loves the little trick where you put a Peep in the microwave for like 10 seconds, and it turns into like a fucking blob. Dad, put it in the microwave. So if you've never done that with your kid, don't make a mess. Only like 10 seconds, but put a Peep on a paper plate in the microwave, and a Peep. I don't know if people know this. I think you should, right? Everyone did that as a kid once. A Peep will like blow up. Like a little Peep will be the size of a fucking rubber ducky or bigger. Peeps are junk, but
Is it cake?
Crack in a bag, in an Easter
So,
bag.
I guess the point is this. if you're going to eat some candy and cheat on your diet and eat some snacks around Easter,
what's the best jelly
don't
bean?
waste your time on anything other
Jelly
than
Belly, the Brock's ones, or like the Starburst.
You know what's interesting around Easter?
Those Starburst jelly
around
beans are
Easter
pretty bomb.
is the only time I'll have like bunk jelly beans and be okay with it. But any other time of the year, I think
those
like Jelly
big
Belly,
cheap-ass,
the
like,
big cheap ass jelly beans.
Brock one, they're Brock's, right? Aren't they like the
Brock's.
cheap ass ones that your parents would buy?
Yeah.
those big fat ones.
So those Aldi.
I think Brock's is acceptable just for the old school tradition of it. But if you really wanted real jelly beans, aren't you going like Jelly Belly?
Oh, by the way, yeah, John brings up a point. I told Jordan we were going to do this. And
There are Reese's ones, but I thought by
she
doing
cornered
peanuts,
the market on taste testing of Easter candy, so she's mad. But she said there's
Hershey
a Reese's one now.
There is a Reese's one, and I was going to get it, but I thought we
John
were
said it's
sticking.
bomb.
I thought we were sticking to chocolate, but there was a Reese's.
It's peanut. It's just peanut
No,
butter.
there's no chocolate. It's just a shell
with peanut butter,
almost like a bigger
Reese's
Pieces.
So you should smack her.
You know how Reese's
So that
Pieces
don't
are
count.
little like M&Ms? It's
Yeah,
almost
no, it
like
don't count. It's too
they're
peanut
almost the
buttery.
size of these, but just all peanut butter filling.
The real competition here was, like we've been saying for months, every Dunkin' Donuts has their Krispy Kreme, right? Every
Hershey.
Blimpie has their Subway. Was Hershey going to make a run at Cadbury? And they're not. That's what we really came up with.
Tell Jordan to focus on water instead of candy.
I will say
I'll have more of those.
that if you didn't have the Cadbury ever, you'd be like, these Hershey are great. But when you have it next, it's almost like dating a girl that's hot. You're like, yo, she's great. But until you date a girl that's this hot.
Every Sour Patch Kids has their Sour Jacks.
I like Sour Jacks.
I do too.
But, I mean,
But
the Hershey's are good, though, right?
Hershey's
Spot?
are good, but they're not better than the
It's like
Cadbury.
pizza. Bun candy, still candy.
Yeah, it's like, you're right. Do you want New York style pizza? Do you want deep dish? Yes. But will you eat Papa John's or Domino's? Of course you will. Of course you'll eat Hershey
baby.
eggs or Robin eggs. But
believe
if
it.
you had your choice, bro, these are not just good. These are insane. If people don't know what we're talking about, Cadbury, I don't think anyone's, maybe one around Easter just for the hell of it, but the cream-filled ones, that's very 80s, 90s. I'm talking, no one cares about that.
I still rock those though.
Like one
a season.
One a season. I'll have
one of each because there's the caramel one.
I'll have one.
There's the one that nuts all over you.
One Cadbury cream
There's
egg
a
a year.
chocolate one too.
But these things right here, oh my God. You know, I find Sarah hides these through the house. My wife is disgusting.
They're
with
that
these.
good, yeah. They really are. Something we could all agree on. They're ridiculous. Best part of Easter.
I hid a big bag of Cadbury minis. I'm allowed to open them Saturday. That's from Baxter.
Yo, how many times do you think my dad, starting tomorrow, starting in the month of April, tells people to stick it in their keister for Easter? What's the over-under on that?
Man,
That
well,
time of year
Easter's on
again.
the 17th this year.
You know
So
how, like, towards the end of next month, the Justin Timberlake meme comes up because it's going to be May? Around this time of year, my dad busts out the keister for Easter.
I feel like, doesn't he start at Lent? Like on Ash Wednesday?
Well, tomorrow.
I saw Will Smith. He can take it in the keys to Easter. Yeah, take it keys.
2.5 weeks. So
Yo,
let's
by
say
the way,
17, 18 days. Let's say he does it 3 times a day. 50 over under. How many times does your dad say?
Definitely over.
Stick it in your keister for Easter.
Yeah, the over. I'm taking the over on that. And by the way, keister, I think is such a generational word.
Can you have him record that and send it to us? I'd rather play that than Vic in Toronto saying rich in the early 2000s.
I don't know. Maybe we use both.
Whoever, it depends how many people piss my dad off from
Stick it in
now
your keister for Easter.
until Easter. Because that's
Stick it in the keister for Easter. Keister for Easter.
my dad says that even when it's not even Easter time. So I'm going over. Keister. And I think my dad's the league leader of using the word keister. I don't know anyone else who
I
uses
think he's the only one that I know that uses it. So yeah, I'm gonna say your dad wins.
But you know what it means, right?
Yeah, your butt.
No, but you've heard of that term, right?
Yes,
Okay,
of course.
all right.
Yeah.
I was like, did my dad make that up? I don't know.
Of course. Yeah.
All right.
Keister for Easter.
What's the over under? Over or under 50?
50 over 50.
I bet you I could probably record more than 50 times.
Have you done?
I saw what Spot was doing today, sabotaging the show. He in the keister for Easter.
I think you need to have your dad just send you that audio. Why would we not?
I just want a natural one though.
Yeah. Oh, you got to catch him like, hey, Dad, tell me about what have the neighbors been up to. Oh, you want to know? Oh, my neighbor could kiss my keister for Easter. Yes.
Yes. See, now I ruined it.
Got
I
it.
hope
Yeah,
if he's listening, I hope I get one naturally.
Damn it.
If I go back to last year's WhatsApp around this time of year, I'm sure I could find one.
Yeah. The store had, this is from Beck, the store had no Starburst jelly beans. Are they the hot commodity as well?
They're good, man. Starburst jelly beans? Yeah, they're good.
I saw something on TikTok, which means it must be true.
The Jelly Bellies are quality, but the flavors don't mesh. Like the popcorn one with the fucking strawberry.
If you got a pear, a popcorn, and something else, you're
tastes good. They taste like, those are good for like Jordan nibbles.
Those are good for
I eat jelly beans by a handful.
Yeah, if you're gonna eat jelly beans by the handful,
gotta be all Starburst.
not Jelly Belly. Now Jelly Belly,
Starburst.
Before COVID, when people used to like just touch everything, jelly beans were a good thing to steal at the supermarket when you're just walking around, because a lot of supermarkets have every flavor of Jelly Belly in the little canisters, and you like put them in a bag. Remember Ralph's used to have that?
Honestly, you thinking that's okay? You could kiss my keister for Easter, because I don't do that shit.
Where do they have that?
At Ralph's, and I used to just take the ones that were randomly on the little bottom.
Rocket Poo hit us up, and he wants to retract the statement that we made. He says Bruce Arians didn't take a demotion. He's moving to the front office. We did address that. We said he's stepping down. He is stepping down. He's stepping down.
But is he stepping up?
But he's he's also stepping forward at the same time.
When you go to the candy world for Easter and you're getting your kids Peeps and this and that and everything, there was
by stepping down, he's stepping forward.
I saw this on TikTok, and it must be true because it's, social media doesn't lie. There was they did a study to find out what candy had the least redeeming qualities. Like, what candy is like the worst for you? Not chocolate, not in the chocolate category. We're talking in like the gummy.
Did you see? This goes with your story. I'm not interrupting. DK Metcalf came out and talked about his daily routine.
Is this sports?
No. This goes with what Rich is saying. No. They're like, what do you do to look like that?
Do you mean the most ripped dude on planet Earth, DK Metcalf?
And he's like, yeah, I have one meal a day. He eats one meal a day.
I eat caviar cream eggs.
I get through the day. I have a coffee, and then I eat candy. It's like, hey, just can't. This dude just looks like that.
Just eats
gets
candy.
his second wind. Like when the coffee wears down, just eating candy all day.
Well, he's not hopped up on sugar and caffeine all day.
He's fucking 22 also.
You made me think though. Like,
he's 22 years old and he's ripped.
When you were 22,
There's
you could do that.
no redeeming benefits to it, yet this dude is shredded.
Yeah, because he's probably constantly in the
burning
gym.
it, but
yeah,
he's burning it. But
I mean, in 10 years he'll regret it.
It's part of his diet
when the diabetes comes for him.
The beatus. There's a study that showed that the worst candy, when I say worst candy, I'm just talking that as far as nutritional value goes.
Lollipop.
No. Candy corn.
There's a nutritional value of a candy that, from the study they did, has like nothing redeeming, and every ingredient is somehow negative. And the answer is Skittles.
Really?
Like Skittles, like it's just so much candy coating and I believe it. Fructose and gummy and artificial color. Apparently Skittles are, if you're going to have a treat you like, you're way better with like munching on some chocolate or something like that. Or they're saying Skittles. I'll look it up to confirm and see if it's factual, but I saw people commenting being like, oh my God, they're right.
Bleeps. You'd get them at the quarter machine at the supermarket.
Bleeps?
Yeah.
Let me look it up. Bleeps.
I saw a meme the other day.
It doesn't come to mind. So
you think your generation is bad? We used to eat chalk for candy. That
shit is
chalk
called
was
bleeps.
Tasty as hell though.
It looked like you know what it looked like? It looked like a ball. It looked like a ball with a belt around it. Yeah, and it was chalky.
Sometimes they would be on a lollipop stick, but for the most part,
it looked like weak pop. They look like weak. What do they call tarts? Weak sweet tarts.
Weak tarts.
Weak tarts.
Yeah, what do you eat?
Look up bleeps, and you're like, oh yeah, I know those. Ugh, gross.
I loved them, but no redeeming quality. Powdered chalk. Skittles, the league leader.
Remember Bleep Spot? Looking it up.
What is it?
They'd be sold for $1 at the supermarket, but they also made them as lollipop.
I do love me some Dots, and I know they're probably nothing but like jelly chemicals.
Well, the reason I said a lollipop is because that's the worst on your teeth because it's there continuing. Like you have it in there for minutes at a time, just rotting your teeth, sticking to your teeth.
But they were big though. Remember, like they were size like a big gumball.
No, they were the powdery looking. Those are
those are probably
like
new
candy
age ones.
coated.
But the old school ones were big and powdery, and they were gross.
Where were they?
I loved them.
You think about how they were just sitting in that gumball machine grossly forever.
I love. Yeah. I probably ate the most of them.
These, right?
Yeah, exactly.
A little chalky.
I would fucking rock those right now.
Gross.
Look like DK Metcalf.
Little Chalky. Was that your rapper name?
Little Chalky, bro. Get ripped like DK Metcalf if you eat those. Honestly, on a Throwback Thursday, as much as I love new aged candies and new candy inventions,
the best.
I still think the best are old school Twix and Skittles, even though Skittles are horrible for you.
Yeah. I
mean, we all have our favorites, but like, Twix as a kid.
But
like,
when they do the little mini versions for Halloween and holidays,
Twix is the first
Twix
to go.
and Kit Kat.
They're all great.
Twix
Yeah,
and
they're all
Kit Kat. Twix and
But
Kit Kat go, and then all of a sudden, like dark,
Twix is better
Milky
than
Way
Kit
dark,
Kat, dude.
like
Twix
dark.
has caramel. Kit Kat don't have
No,
caramel.
but Kit Kats.
Kit Kats are great when
if there's
the Twix
a
is
variety
done.
bag that someone puts out at the office.
Yeah.
Twix goes
I
and
would-
Kit Kats shortly
Second.
after,
I
and
would
then you're
put
left with
all my money that the Twix goes.
Oh yeah,
and then Kit Kat's next to
Twix
go.
and Kit Kat.
Mr.
gone.
Goodbar's the last.
and then you're like, all right, what's left? You're like, all right, ooh, Milky Way dark. I'll have that. Then you're left with Milky Way.
Mr. Goodbar's the last one there.
Little mini Snickers or Milky or Three
No, Crackle. You're
Musketeers.
getting the Crackle.
Yeah, but that's a different brand of chocolate. That's
Oh, yeah,
Nestle.
yeah. They're always like just hanging around.
Mr.
The
Goodbar
old
was the
school
last to go.
Twix and Skittles, man, they're still probably the league leaders. I would bet that as much as we love Sour Patch Kids and as much as we love Milky Way Darks, my favorite, I guarantee you, my official stat is that Twix as far as chocolate and Skittles as far as candy are still the league leaders.
You know what they used to have at ESPN that I would eat way too much, and I'm sure like they were not good for you?
Beto's ass?
Beto's ass. No, Janelle's ass. No.
I didn't want to say that because it would be creepy.
When I used to...
But Rich ate a lot of ass in the early 2000s.
When we went to ESPN, on the second floor, there was a reception desk that no one was ever at because by the time we got there, like business had closed. But they had, and I remember having them once in a while. My friend in my neighborhood, his mom would always have them on like their table. The individually wrapped sun-kissed like jellies.
Yeah, but they're so random. Like, how could you even bring them up in this conversation?
No, because I'm saying I feel like those are one that everyone loves them, but I don't see them everywhere. Spot, can you look those up? The individual sun-kissed like circled jellies.
What do you think he ate more in the early 2000s? Ass or sun-kissed jellies?
Sun-kissed jellies.
In the early 2000s.
Thank you.
In the early 2000s.
It's like, I mean, that takes our show to levels that we never thought we could get to.
his Keister for Easter.
Keister for Easter. The end.
What's the over-under, man?
Tell him to stick it in his Keister for Easter.
Oh, I don't even know.
Keister.
Yeah, the fruit slices. Those things. Those things.
They are great.
Those things.
They are great.
ESPN would have those. And
The
I'm like,
red
yo,
ones are bomb.
ESPN would have those. And I remember thinking,
There's
this
the
is a
bomb.com.
flashback to like 88. This is a flashback to like 1992.
They're random, though, but they're fantastic.
But I'm saying I hadn't seen those in 30 years.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they're on the
Rich and I-
ESPN front desk.
Yo, I would...
You would rush up there.
I would rush up there because if Rich took the red one, I'd be pissed.
There was always like two left.
Yeah. So, hey, the winner in our Easter taste test as we approach April, it's April 1st Eve, the eve of April Fools, Cadbury, the king right now of Easter candy.
And on that amazing note,
Well, remember, no, the most amazing note of the day is fucking Vic and Toronto singing.
Oh, you should play it again.
Yeah, no, I will.
Play it.
Actually,
No,
yeah.
you know what?
No.
In the early 2000s. In the early 2000s.
He sounds like that because he's holding his nose while he's taking a shit.
Is that what it is?
So, on a Throwback Thursday, remember the early 2000s. Those were good days, good times. When you could tell jokes, you wouldn't get smacked in the face.
Missed that.
You can make fun of people and shit and have fun, laugh about it. But remember, as we approach April,
new tires, new tiers tomorrow.
New tiers starting tomorrow.
I'll send out a note because you'll have to select the new tier. So you'll just be upgrading as of tomorrow.
And for people like Lucy, what's up, Lucy,
But it
Skip
will
Craft, and people
debut
who are
tomorrow.
worried about keeping things status quo, we're not changing anything that you love right now. We're just adding other options. So if you like the way things are,
you don't have to do a thing.
You don't have to do anything.
You have to do anything.
We're just giving you more options.
You don't have to do a thing.
And
if you want access to cool old interviews and archives and never seen before things,
you don't have to do anything.
That'll be the tier plus.
And the details will be posted out there. Look out for your email. Tell your friends about it. Tell your friends to subscribe, please. We're hoping that April is, it's our month. We're the April Fools. We hope it's our best month yet.
We hope we get showered on. April showers.
Twitch tomorrow?
Speak for yourself.
Twitch tonight.
Explain.
We are, my wife, Sarah, as some of you may know, works for a company that organizes charity poker tournaments. Poker for life, which is part of my wedding vows, by the way. Poker for life. And tonight, we're doing almost like a, I guess you would say, not a dry run. What would it be called? Like a
soft launch?
A soft launch. They do these poker tournaments and they raise...
A liquid launch.
A liquid launch. They do poker tournaments where they raise tens of thousands of dollars for these great charities. Everything from, Sarah's done poker events where she's been on... I'll walk in the room and she's on a Zoom call with Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd for Parkinson's. And
you mean to tell me?
We're doing a poker tournament?
This guy's your husband?
I saw her the other day with Josh Gad doing something. They're poker tournaments for charity. And tonight, I think they want to start being more interactive. So while they're doing this poker charity on their platform, which is an online poker platform, they want us to not only play in it, but they want us to just hop on Twitch and sort of interact and bullshit with the players and each other and just sort of hang. And it might be an opportunity for us to...
I think it's an opportunity for me to wear my sunglasses.
Yeah.
You should wear reflective ones, though.
Yeah.
So that everyone can see your cards off your sunglasses.
Show my poker face.
So
Rich will be listening to Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah. New barista. So he will. So tonight we'll be on Twitch. So we're just going to be...
Time on that?
4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. So later this afternoon on the West Coast. But yeah, it might be an opportunity for us to make a little money in the future, but it's going to be an offer for the charity. I think the charity's moving forward. It'll be like, hey, do you want these guys to sort of have conversations with the players? And do you want them to facilitate goofing around and stuff? Because a lot of times these poker tournaments are hours and hours, and they're always trying to get people to small talk, and it's awkward because not everyone could really small talk naturally. So they're like, well, what if we put it on Twitch and we had you and I just bullshit with the players?
You need some entertainment. On a Throwback Thursday, my ex used to host World Poker Tour, and I used to have to go out to these events and watch these
nerds,
these
gambling fools.
Gambling fools go at it for hours, and if you don't have some banter, it could get boring.
Yeah, so
we're here to provide.
Yeah, the whole point of this is because I went into the room when Sarah's doing this, and there'll be all these people on a screen playing, and you hear one guy being like, "Hey, did you guys hear about Bruce Arians?" And someone else will be like, "Yeah, heard about it. Pretty crazy." And it's silent for a minute, and some other guy's like, "Hey, any of you guys here from the East Coast?" "Yeah, I'm from the East Coast." It's, they don't get paid to talk for a living. So these are guys that are just playing poker for charity. So we're essentially the accompanying entertainment.
Cool.
So could be a cool opportunity for everyone. We'll do something good for charity.
But please join us. Have fun with us.
We'll put a little tweet and a little Instagram post out
4
where you
p.m.
can
West
join us.
Coast, 7 p.m. East Coast tonight.
Twitch channel. So same thing.
Okay, cool.
Twitch.tv/Covino and Rich.
Perfect. All right. Well, we'll see you then. Until then, arrivederci, baby.
See you in the promised land.
Goodbye.
Rich, you want to hit it?
Oh, yeah.